Oh, so it's like a
Yeah.
so it's like a tycoon game. Like a you're
No,
just like
that's
slowly
what
building up, like,
that's what I was joking about when we were talking about world building like several episodes back. Where I
Yeah.
was like, he's like actually building like a new like nation.
gotta get the
like-
merchant, gotta get the blacksmith, gotta get like
No, he
Yeah.
actually does that though. Like it's
Yeah.
a whole
Yeah, that's
episode
what-
where he's like, I'm getting a blacksmith.
like some video games have that thing. It's like make
It's
your
literally like a
village.
video game where he's like
Yeah.
leveling up the world.
Yeah, it's
Like-
it's pretty good. Though.
That's funny. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 26 of the Anime Refuge podcast. And today
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about overrated and underrated anime. Kind of
A lot of it.
opinionated, right?
It's very opinionated.
Yeah, it's an opinionated topic, but and we can talk about that more in detail, like
Yeah.
what we think of, like how we would say something is underrated, overrated.
Mhm.
But we can talk about like our fun, random weekly stuff first,
Whatever.
right?
Mhm.
I've got quite a few shows and something I'm gonna punch Funimation for.
Oh,
So-
okay. So what's that?
I guess I
What's
can
that
start
about?
then. So first off, no. So I guess with these seasonals, there's actually a bunch that I'm watching. So like Kobayashi's Dragon Maid second season, the Slime Isekai Part 2, or season 2 Part 2,
Mhm.
and then there's another one called Aquatope or the Aquatope of White Sand. Or I've just been saying Aquatope. Whatever it is, it's really good. I think it was what PA Works I think that animated it, and it the music
Like an aquarium
characters.
anime, right?
What?
Like an aquarium
It's
anime.
like got an aquarium in it. Yeah, it's like I think it's supposed to be shoujo ai or like yuri, whatever you want to call it. But like
Oh.
I don't
Not
actually know. So.
Wait, Yuri, isn't that like
Yeah, it's shoujo
men?
ai. Like no, it's girls. Yeah.
Wait, Yaoi.
Oh my god.
Yuri
I got
is
it
like
confused.
lesbian.
Because I think because Yuri on Ice
Yeah.
is two guys, so I
Yeah.
just
Well, his
thought
name
that,
is
like...
Yuri though. So.
Okay, I got that
Whatever it is.
confused.
Whatever it is. It was really well done. The first episode's amazing. I've watched it 3 times now.
Have you seen it?
I'm pretty
no.
sure I'm the only one out of any of our group that's.
No,
like,
I've seen it. I
Oh,
watched
you
it.
watched it?
Yeah, I
Oh,
watched it because I was
It was
curious.
really good though. I
I was
liked
curious.
it.
Yeah, I don't think it was that bad. It was
Yeah.
a pretty good start, and the animation was very good.
Yeah, the PA
Mm.
Works did a great job. with
The
it.
scenery was amazing.
Yeah.
And like it honestly wasn't. Yeah, it probably. I just wanted to like go out of my boundaries because it's
Yeah.
definitely not something I
Like-
normally watch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think it's like super like crazy like top of the line whatever, but it like it's probably a contender to be one of my like top 5 for this. And depending on what we get in winter, I don't know,
Yeah,
So-
I can
or
honestly.
fall winter.
I mean, quality wise, it's already there.
Yeah, it was. Really,
Like just the backgrounds.
Mhm.
It kind of reminded me of like a little bit of Your Name and Wedding with You. Honestly,
yeah,
like
no,
the
that's what I did
backgrounds
too.
were
Yeah, the
super
backgrounds.
nice.
I was like, this is very similar.
The
yeah.
water was
Mhm.
really
Yeah,
good.
the water was really.
A
nice.
lot of crazy scenery
Mhm.
because like she's exploring like a new part of
Yeah,
Japan, right?
Okinawa.
She's like,
yeah.
but it is more like fun stuff. So I don't know if the plot's there yet. It was
Yeah.
it was an okay start, just like a
Mhm.
normal start. Like
Yeah.
okay, she's just
I'm
getting an
excited
aquarium
for it.
job.
But
Yeah, I haven't seen it before. When I've seen it, looks like
Yeah.
really good animation.
Yeah, the animation was. But the thing I'm gonna punch Funimation for. So today is July 11th. That's when we're recording it.
Yeah.
Today was the Japan release of Love Live Superstar. But the problem is they aired it on NHK, which is the like the Japanese like education channel, so they could air it at an earlier time.
Mhm.
But the problem with that is that Funimation said that even though that was happening, they were going to air it same day still. Like it may be later, but they would still do it. So it'd be like
Yeah.
instead of like 6 a.m. airing, they would air it at like maybe like 1 or 2 p.m., right? Whatever it is.
Okay,
But then this morning they were like, no, actually it might be tomorrow, it might be the 13th.
so it's
So
not out.
it's not out yet. I literally can't watch it unless I want to watch
Oh
it
my
with no
God.
subtitles and not know what they're saying.
Oh,
And
wait,
so,
so
like,
it's out, just no subtitles.
It's out, yeah, but like only in certain places, but there's no subtitles. So like I could either watch it and have no clue what they're saying or like wait like 2 days.
Or you just do what a lot of
Well, no, but
cheap
it's not
people
even on
do.
pirating stuff
Really?
yet. Yeah, I was talking to some other
9
people that were
anime?
waiting
It's
for
not-
it. Yeah, no, I was talking to some other people that were trying to find it. They're like, they checked all the big sites and they couldn't find it subtitled.
Wow.
So-
That's whack.
So I'm like really annoyed because I have to wait until like tomorrow or Tuesday to even watch it. Even
It
though
probably just doesn't have a subtitle form yet, just because like it's so new.
yeah, I just
well,
thought
yeah,
that
but like
someone
it's
would,
annoying because Funimation really originally
know.
said that they would be doing same day, like
yeah
posting
yeah.
of whatever. But then they didn't. And they changed it. They're like, it might be tomorrow. It might be the 13th. We don't know yet.
Just gonna have to
So-
wait.
Ah!
They had blue balled.
I hate Funimation.
But well, that sucks.
Trash.
Another thing that has to do with today though is
Oh
it's
yeah, isn't it
yes, it's Mira's
Kento Miura's
birthday.
birthday? Yeah.
Or it would be his birthday. Rest in
Yeah.
peace. But
Mhm.
still, you know, it's cool day to celebrate his birthday
Mhm.
and Berserk and stuff like that.
Mini guts.
I was gonna put my display right here. I need to grab it. Right.
Somewhere.
Because one of my friends who was on one of these episodes, he was on the
Christian,
Dr. Stone mini-sode.
We'll get him
And-
back eventually.
Yeah, and so my birthday was like just over a month ago, and he gave me a little late birthday present because he wasn't here for my birthday. Or he was, but he didn't have the present.
Yeah.
But he got me this. It's really cool. It's a nice
Still in the wrapping.
a nice Berserk
Yeah, it's still got the plastic over it.
Berserk themed display, and I'll bring it up closer just so that you guys can see because it's very detailed. But it has the Berserk armor and everything.
It's still got the plastic though, so that's.
It might be kind of hard to see, but
It's fine though. Still looks good. I really when I first saw it, I didn't realize it was Berserk, and I thought it was like Ori, like
Yeah,
in the
I
Blind
didn't know
Forest.
it
Like
I thought it was
first,
like an underwater.
It reminds
thing.
me a lot of like Ori and like the Blind Forest and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I think it's really cool though, and like
I like the colors.
this is the first display I've gotten because I've never gotten a display before,
Yeah.
so it's really cool. I
Yeah.
definitely wanted to get one. They are a little pricey, so I do
Yeah,
thank
they
you
are
for
pretty
that.
pricey. Like for one, it's like
'cause-
$50 or $60 or something. Like to get it, like including shipping.
Yeah, with shipping and everything, it's pretty freaking expensive.
and that's
but,
like the smallest size too.
And they're so easy to like hang up, and they are nice quality.
Mhm.
Hashtag ad sponsors display.
Please sponsor us. We have I have 3 of them. I'll go get them all.
Anyway, yeah, it's
Put them
really
on the
cool.
walls
So
behind us.
once again, thank you, Christian. And that's it's kind of convenient because it's around the time where it's his birthday. 'Cause
If you
today
go to
is
Display and
his
use
birthday.
code
Yeah.
Christian, you get all of your order off for free. They just give it
I
to
wish.
you.
Let's see. Do you have anything crazy that did
Yeah.
this week?
yeah. I
Nothing
watched
fun.
all of season 1 of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime.
Sending me messages at 5 a.m. telling me like, "Oh, look at Shion's booba. They're so big."
What?
Yeah, I've been keeping him updated on like my progress on it. Yeah, it's a really fun anime. Definitely recommend checking it out.
For an isekai,
For anyone
it's
who
pretty
hasn't seen
good.
it by now.
The best part about it that I enjoyed is that most like isekai, like they're like, oh, guess we gotta build a harem. Instead, he's like, no, we're not building a harem, we're building a town.
He's building a whole country.
He's building like a whole like nation.
Oh, so it's like a
Yeah.
tycoon game. Like you're
No,
just like
that's
slowly
what
building
I
up,
was
like-
no, that's what I was joking about when we were talking about world building like several episodes back. Where I
Yeah.
was like, he's like actually building like a new like nation.
Gotta get the
like-
merchant, gotta get the blacksmith, gotta get like
No, he
Yeah.
actually does that though. Like the
Yeah.
whole
Yeah, that's
episode
what-
where he's like, I'm getting a blacksmith.
like some video games have that thing. Where it's like make.
It's
your
literally like a
village.
video game where he's like
Yeah.
leveling up the world.
Yeah,
Like-
it's pretty good. Though.
That's funny. Yeah, I haven't. I mean, yeah, it looks interesting. I hear so many like decent things about season.
Yeah,
2,
no,
like,
season
how-
2 is like actually like they
I
like
just
the,
started season 2.
Yeah, the action at the end of season 2 is like really good. There's like a few like 2 slow episodes right in the middle where but like it wasn't slow because like nothing happened. It was slow because it was like war planning, kind of like intense, kind of what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh.
that sounds cool though, and I'll definitely.
Another anime that I finished this past week is Odd Taxi. And
Mm.
it's a really good show. It's like in my top 10 now actually. I definitely recommend checking it out.
Dude,
It's
yeah,
like my favorite spring
I
anime.
feel like so many people didn't check it out until recently, or like until Giguk's video came out too, because he made a video about
Oh,
it
yeah.
recently,
Yeah.
talking about like
Yeah, I didn't know about that.
Odd
You
either.
missed the
Taxi.
best 2021 anime, and 2021's not even over yet. You're like, what the?
yeah, and like yeah, I it's funny because like Caleb told me about it when it
Mhm.
first came out, and I was like, okay, and so I started watching it, and Caleb and I were literally the only ones who watched it. We were like, hey, other people like watch it, and you guys didn't
Yeah.
want to watch it.
I kept hearing.
I still
no,
don't
I
like
was watching other stuff at the time, but then like
Yeah.
as soon as like it ended, I was like, okay, now I'm gonna check it out.
And it's
Like,
funny because I stopped watching after 5 episodes just because I haven't been watching a lot of stuff. I'm only keeping up with one weekly, which is To Your Eternity, because that's my personal favorite one of the season.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm gonna get back to Odd Taxi 2, obviously, because I hear so many good things and I liked it. But yeah, I guess it's nice to know that a lot of more people are watching it and actually
Yeah.
appreciating it
Mhm.
now.
yeah.
It's one of those ones where it's like not about the animation, definitely,
Mhm.
because like
Yeah.
it's more about the story and everything.
See, my problem with it is that I keep going like, okay, I'm gonna watch it, and I pull up Crunchyroll, and then I'm like, and then I just don't.
I mean, I know what you
Wow.
mean.
'Cause, like-
That's me with every anime right now. Like,
No, for most
Yeah.
shows, like if I want to like rewatch like the slime, anime, I'm gonna be like, okay, like I'll pull, or not rewatch it, but like I'll be like, okay, so there's an episode, I'll pull it up, and I'm like, okay, I watch it, and then there'll be like other things, somebody, I forget exactly what it was, whatever it was, there's some show, and somebody was like, hey, you should watch it, and like I pulled it up, and I was just kind of like, and then I watched something else.
it's funny because I started watching Gintama recently again, like some more episodes, and
Mhm.
like that one's fun to watch sometimes, but for me it's such a hit or miss. So it's really hard sometimes to actually get into like watching Gintama, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's
like, I mean,
weird.
for me right now, like there are a few anime that I can binge. Like I could easily like rewatch all of Love Live like without a problem. But then there are other ones like Odd Taxi, like, or there's something about like not necessarily like Odd Taxi, like I look at it and there's just something about it like doesn't appeal to me. Like I don't like the fact that they're all animals and it's not like, I don't know. I've
What?
like from what I've heard, I kind of don't like that it's like a little too realistic, like at times, like what they're talking about from what I've
Oh,
heard.
I guess, yeah. I
Um,
mean, like,
But then at this, like, there are other times too when like I want to binge something, but like I'll watch like an episode or two and be like, okay, I'm done. And then like I don't
Yeah.
watch anything for
Yeah,
like a week.
I could feel that.
there's so many
Usually
anime,
whenever that
yeah,
happens to me, it like
yeah.
helps me like take a break from it and like watch something like very different, like just like watch a bunch of YouTube or like just like an
Well,
anime you just
another
normally
problem that
wouldn't
I
watch.
have like right now that I've begun to notice is that like I really like I get into watching YouTube and then I want to start watching an anime, but then I'm like, but it's more of an episode, whereas YouTube videos I can skip through, just kind of do whatever I want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
It's like it's
So-
hard to get started sometimes on anime,
Yeah.
but then like once you get started, like you just like constantly
Yeah.
like watch like nonstop.
And I was talking to some people in a Discord for all of these, but for Nessa Bears. But we were talking about anime, whatever it was. And it was something like mentioned with weeklies where there's a problem, like apparently I thought like it was something that was like very few people have, but apparently a lot of people have it. Which I guess makes sense now that I think about it. But whenever I watch weeklies, I'm glad that they're weekly because I can take breaks from them and like recharge and be able to watch them. But at the same time, I'm like, I need this now.
I mean, they're easy to
So-
fall off, you mean, right? Like,
Well,
just
no. I
stop
mean, like,
watching 'em?
Like Aquatope, for example. I'm glad that it doesn't. It's not like a full binge because I mean, I guess with Aquatope, I'd be able to watch it like all because it's really good. But like instead of like I like that I'd be able to recharge each week, be able to take a break, maybe rewatch if I want to
Yeah.
find something new.
Yeah,
but
it
at the
makes it
same
easier to
time,
manage multiple
I
anime at
finish an
once.
episode, even if it's not a cliffhanger. I finish an episode. I'm like, well, now I want this now. Give me the next
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
The thing is, if they have it all at once, that's Netflix's #1 strategy that gets
Yeah.
people to like get into their stuff. They release
Just
everything, at once
yeah.
for most things that they have
Mhm.
control of. I know
Yeah.
that's like
The next strategy should be to choose good anime.
True.
yeah, or good
Mhm.
studios.
Good
They're
studios,
good.
yeah.
They're good like stories, just like
Yeah.
bad adaptations.
JC
in most of
Staff.
them.
Yeah.
Like Record of Ragnarok.
Yeah.
So bad.
But like, but with those, they release all of the thing is they're still easier to binge because like when they're all out, you just continue. My dad said and Record of Ragnarok, it is definitely bad compared to the manga. If you don't know anything about the manga and you watch the anime, it's really actually not that bad.
Mhm.
Because my dad watched the entire thing. He said he actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So, and I don't, I think people give it a little too much hate,
Yeah.
but
And there was some pretty funny scenes
for-
in just the first episode.
I mean, because
They were so poorly animated, but it was still funny.
Yeah, like
So-
if you're really like, yeah, it's pretty low quality, especially with like movement and stuff.
Mhm.
But if you're like, it still has a
It was
pretty,
like that one fight that was just a slideshow.
it still has a pretty
Yeah.
interesting story. And like, I watched that fight. It was the second fight, where there's like a slideshow, and it's only at the climax, which is the worst part
The
to have
worst
a
part
slideshow.
to have a slideshow, yeah.
But like everything else had like decent like
Mhm.
moments, a few cool moments.
Yeah.
And I'd say another thing that I did this week, which was terrible, but
Wait.
so yeah, I felt like garbage the past like
Oh, yeah.
70 hours, except for now, right after I had my first physical therapy session because I was having it on my calf because like
Pain.
there was like a part on my foot that was like bruised and it's been bruised for like months and I was like, okay, I want to get that fixed or whatever. So
Mhm.
I went to a physical therapy place and they're like, okay, let's do some things on your calf. And they got like these suction like
Oh yeah.
they got like these jars.
They did cupping.
Yeah, they did cupping
you
where
know
they
what
get
that
like
is.
these little cups and they like pull the air out,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not supposed to hurt that much, but it hurt like hell
Yeah,
for me.
it basically, from what I know, they put it on there, and there's multiple ways to do it, but they essentially suck all the oxygen out of like the little dome that's on your leg,
Yeah.
and it pulls the skin off the muscle.
And yeah, it when I looked at
Yeah,
it,
I don't know what people they're
was
like. It doesn't hurt
disgusting.
that much, and I'm like, are you sure about that? Like your skin is being like sucked into the void,
Have
basically.
you done it before?
They did not ask
What?
for my
Have
consent.
you done it?
No, I haven't. But like
Wait.
from what I like, it has to hurt. Like,
Dude, they asked me a bunch of questions. They're just like, okay, lay down on your stomach, and then they're like, okay, we're gonna do some stuff on your calf, and then like I start feeling like they're like getting inside of my calf, and I'm like, what's happening? And then I look behind me and see these like jars on me sucking out my
Yeah.
like circles,
They're, like,
sucking these big like
souls.
It's like a huge hickey thing, like
It looks.
and it was terrible. It stayed there for like 2 days, but anyway, I had like shivers for 2 days, and for 3 days my stomach felt like terrible, like
Yeah.
absolutely terrible. And like I just started feeling better now. We were gonna
Mhm.
do this pod 2 days ago, but
Yeah.
but
And then we didn't because he felt like garbage.
yeah, I felt like garbage for so long. It was so bad, but I'm so glad it's over.
Mhm.
But while that was happening,
Worse than the second COVID shot.
yeah, it actually was. It was the same thing, but like it lasted for like 2 days
Longer,
instead
yeah.
of 1 day.
Oh
Like
yeah.
shivers like that.
Mhm.
But while that was happening, I didn't want to watch anime. I felt like shit. I was just laying in my bed, and one of the things I did was I actually started reading more manga because I was like really bored, and so I went on
Yeah.
Shonen Jump and I was like looking at random, and like Spy X Family, that one's really popular.
Mm-hmm.
See the meme I sent? I
No.
I don't know. You might be able to insert.
Oh yeah, no, I did. I did. With
I
Yeah.
found
Vin
so recently. There's been like a surge in like because of the F9 like Fast and Furious movie that came out. There's like a scene where Vin Diesel or Dom Toretto, at least his character name, like nothing is stronger than family. And so people are they're hilarious memes. But there was one where it's like it showed the first Spy X Family like manga cover, and it just showed him with a shotgun like.
Yeah.
Vin Diesel standing there.
that
It's
that
so
meme's
good.
taken over the internet right now.
Yeah.
It was really funny when I first saw it, but I can already tell it's getting a little old just because like it's the only thing that I see now.
It's not like anything like original in every meme. It's just like, oh, family.
I know, but it's kind of fun. No,
It's
the
just
funny
kind of
the
it is
funny
a-
part
like, a
isn't
laugh,
like the
every
funny
time.
part isn't like the like stronger than family. The funny part is just seeing him all these places he shouldn't be in.
Yeah, like,
It's like what is
Like I've
this?
seen one Love Live one
Yeah.
where he's like dressed up as an idol.
Yeah, it's so weird. He's like he shouldn't be there, but he is. And the funny he's
Yeah.
got a shotgun sometimes. Like
yeah. So I was reading Spy
Totally
X-
a racing anime, a racing movie. I mean,
I
it's
I
called
was
an anime.
Yeah,
it wasn't even a racing movie. Even the real thing wasn't a racing movie.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Fast and Furious has gone to the point where like there are
it's
9
not.
movies
It's not
out.
racing anymore.
They have to like make it crazier and crazier. My
Yeah.
family was actually just watching Fast and Furious 7 because
Yeah.
like one of them hasn't seen them all,
Mhm.
so they were like binging all of them.
I
And
haven't
the
seen any of
7th
them.
one, they always have a big thing that they do. And I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure the big thing for this one was Out of This World or something
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
no, the
You
big
know,
one in F9.
if you know what I mean.
The big one. I'm gonna put. You can put spoilers here because it is
The
kind
new
of funny.
F9
But like,
movie.
it's so stupid that like essentially they shoot. If you know what a Pontiac Fiero is, it's this tiny like 2-person car from like the 1980s or something. And they strap 3 like industrial grade rocket ship like thrusters onto it and shoot it off into space from 50,000 feet off the back of a C-130 plane.
That's Fast and Furious for you. But they always have like one crazy thing, and like the crazy
Yeah.
thing in like the 7th one was like them driving off. Like the crazy thing at that time was, oh, there's a big airplane, and they're
Yeah.
driving their vehicles off the airplane and parachuting like down with the vehicles,
Yeah.
which is so dumb.
It's
like
so dumb.
you-
Like, it's like
you're
the first-
like why do you have to always be in your cars?
Yeah.
Like can't you just
It's like the first 3 movies are like racing, and the rest of them after that are just they just went for it.
It's seriously like a mix of Mission Impossible with like cars, like
Yeah.
random car stuff. So
Cars, what they shouldn't be.
Yeah, exactly.
honestly.
Cars in places. they shouldn't.
It's so dumb, but
Yeah.
you know, it's a fun watch stuff. And yes, every single one is about family.
Yeah.
But speaking of Spy X Family, that one, it's really enjoyable. So I've read about like 6 chapters, and the first like 3 or 4 were pretty long.
Yeah.
But it's super fun. It's super fun read, and I'm
Mhm.
glad that there's already an anime that's being confirmed for later.
Oh,
so
there
that's
is?
yeah.
I've seen a lot of like
Nice.
pics from the manga, and it looks really funny.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the daughter is really funny. It's like family of like assassins, kind of like spies and like crazy different people with like secret stuff and
Yeah.
kind of hiding it. But yeah, it's got like great comedy. I don't know how to explain without like doing a little bit of spoiler. So it's just like a really fun read.
Yeah.
For anybody who's like into Shonen Jump, just reading manga stuff.
Good old Spy X fan.
Yeah, I read a few others, but they weren't that good. And like,
Isn't there like another manga you read recently?
oh yeah, I almost forgot about it. I did. Yeah, I finished Chainsaw Man as well, like a week ago.
Disappoint.
And yeah, Chainsaw Man. It was interesting. So I started it like a year and a half ago or something, like forever ago.
Did you start it before Nick did?
Yeah, I did. I read 30 chapters, and I said it was like wow, this is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just like stopped reading it. I got like a little bored, but the manga is awesome. It's really cool.
Mhm.
Fast paced. Got a bunch of crazy turns. The only like the criticism I would say right now is like I felt like the ending was a little kind of
Yeah, I
off
didn't
for
really like the
me.
ending that much either. I mean, like I liked the ending. I just didn't really have like I had a lot of problems with like
Yeah.
a lot of the stuff that went on.
Yeah, but I'm excited for the anime to come out. I don't have too much to say about it. Maybe I'll say stuff for the next segment, which is the overrated, underrated stuff.
Overrated,
But
Oh,
underrated,
boy.
whatever.
we'll
I'll
see
read
if I-
Chainsaw Man once the anime comes out, and I can read the
Yeah.
subtitles.
Oh yeah, by the way, this is my manga volume I got recently.
Oh yeah, we have
Yeah.
it on the table.
I got volume 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one's like a really popular one, right?
It has the tournament arc in it, in case anyone who's read it and knows what the tournament arc is.
Of course it has.
Wait, I don't even know what that is. What are you talking
Get
about?
the heck
There's like
outta
a
here.
tournament arc where like they have a tournament arc of kicking the guy's balls.
Oh, okay. I was like,
I don't think that
I
counts
don't
as a
follow the
tournament arc.
Chainsaw Man community that much. Like,
Yeah, he literally called it like a tournament arc.
I only follow the out of context memes because like I finished it recently, so I haven't seen a spoiler.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nice.
One.
I mean,
la-
I've like reread the thing like a couple times and like
Mhm.
in the community a lot. So
Yeah, one final thing that I have related to anime again is like One Piece came out with another episode directed by this special person. I honestly totally forgot the name. But
Yeah, I don't know her name.
special
It's fine.
director that came in, the last episode she did was like 15-ish episodes away. It was when they were revealing
like 975.
it was when they
or
were
so-
revealing some stuff in the middle.
957. I think it's 957.
Okay, yeah, and it was when they were revealing stuff in Wano, like about the outside world, about some of the Yonkos, the big commanders and stuff, and it was really cool, really high quality,
Mm.
fluid, good lighting, good angles, and they did it again for this episode for the beginning of the Onigashima raid, which is like the big war thing that's happening.
That's
in
like
One
the thing
Piece.
that's currently happening in the manga too. Like,
Yeah, it's super long. It's now the longest. Wano is the longest arc in One Piece now, but it was super high quality. So if you watch
Super
if
high
you read the
quality.
manga for One Piece
Wow.
and don't watch the anime,
you should
check
definitely
out
check
the
this episode out.
I think what episode is it? 980? No,
It's 982.
Too many
Nine-
episodes.
982. It is super good.
Yeah, there's like the whole like the concert with Queen was like super well
it's
edited.
them
It was like a movie.
introducing- It's them introducing the
The Toby Robo.
Toby Robo,
Toblerone.
which is like the minions. Some of the
They're
minion
like some of the
guys.
like highest ranking people in Kaido's
Are
army.
you sure they're not Toblerones?
and a bunch of cool stuff like that. Them getting started for that war, so it's really cool,
Mm-hmm.
high quality. So yeah, check it out for One Piece. One
Nice.
Piece fans. But yeah, do you guys have anything else you want to talk about this week? This week.
Watch Aquatope.
Not much
Anything
really.
else?
I just binged the slime anime and I'm on Taxi.
Okay.
That's pretty much it, really.
Cool.
Yeah,
So
I'm watching all the weekly.
I guess we can get into this overrated, underrated stuff, right?
Hmm.
So yeah, I guess like I came up with this idea just for fun, just like to see what you guys, what all of us thought was an overrated or underrated show.
And then whenever you say overrated or underrated, I think we should like talk about like what that
Yes.
means. Like,
Because I think we all probably think about it slightly different.
yeah.
So for me, like a lot of the underrated stuff I may be talking about may have decent ratings on my anime list, but it's more like I guess the better word would be like underappreciated, like by other
Yeah.
people, like not like it should be more well known, you know?
Yeah.
But I would still say underrated, just to like fit in that category.
I kind of think of it like both ways. Like, I count like stuff that like I think should be rated higher. Like, I think it's like better than what people say it is, and also like not as popular as people say it is. Like it may be rated really high, but like not as many people know about it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So it's
Yeah.
it's
Like
usually
both of them apply for me. Like that's all I think of.
I'd say usually one or the other could be fine because one of the like a lot of mine they're pretty highly rated, but like still
Mhm.
not nearly as popular as I think they should.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
if that's the case, then
I'll probably specify on each one.
I'm
Like
still gonna call
Mhm.
it underrated.
if it's like
Yeah.
popular rating. Like,
Yeah, and then overrated applies the same, just the opposite way.
Yeah, if
Some of them either too many people watch it, which I think like not as many people should be watching. It's not that good, or the rating's too high.
yeah, like it may be good,
So like it's
but
not
it
just
shouldn't
rating.
be,
I
like,
think it's also has to do with like popularity for me.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah.
Do you want me to just throw one out there?
Yeah, I guess since you.
So
yeah.
I'll start with overrated. I want to get people salty
Oh,
in
no.
the beginning. I'll start with an easy one. I think that Overlord is really overrated.
Okay, no,
I
I'd agree,
agree
with
with
that.
that.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I put like I have a few notes and I put like isekai in general just because like I think a lot of
Yeah.
isekai is pretty
Well,
overrated.
I mean, no, I,
Since
I,
Sword
I,
Art,
I
since the
definitely
age of Sword
agree.
Art.
I definitely agree that isekai is overrated. I wouldn't say all of them, cause like
Like it's so popular and like
yeah.
I really think
I think
it
the
doesn't really
genre. I
evolve
think
that
the
much.
genre
I feel like-
is like
Yeah.
what's more overrated than like some of the actual shows. Cause I think
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the Killing Slimes for 300 Years one, like nobody talked about it. It wasn't like like the manga was really popular, but I think for the anime it was pretty underrated actually. Which like I watched it, it was chill and it was fun, but it wasn't anything special. But I still was surprised that there was like a lack of people talking about
I mean, I get what
So-
you mean. I guess what I mean is
it.
like
Yeah, more like the bigger one.
yeah. Like
Mhm.
like a lot of people will like isekai regardless if it's like good or bad. That's what
Yeah.
I mean is if like
Mhm.
I think it's a little overrated.
Yeah,
Because
Like
yeah.
the
even the
genre
bad
itself
ones,
is overrated.
even the bad
Yeah.
ones like are genuine like pretty popular usually.
I mean,
Yeah.
Get, like some
okay.
good discovery.
Yeah, I mean,
on,
back
like,
to like Overlord. Like, I think the idea is cool.
Yeah.
Where the guy is like, he's like basically like what the overpowered like kind of
he's the overlord.
whatever. Yeah, like he's like the like kind of big old skeleton boy or whatever.
He gets that
It's
big
just not
harem.
as- It
But
just
the
isn't
prob-
executed as well
Yeah,
as like
it isn't
Tensura.
executed well. Yeah, like the slime isekai or slime isekai as I call it. It's executed pretty well. You know,
Because like Rimuru is like pretty like
Yeah.
overpowered too.
like he's overpowered, but they like give him reasons to actually be like that overpowered, or like they
Oh,
give
yeah.
him like there's like been times where he's like almost died anyways, even though he is overpowered.
yeah, and there's like some other like really strong people in the world too.
Yeah,
It's not
there
just
is.
like
Yeah,
him
it's
being
not like
like
just him. Yeah, whereas like in Overlord, it seems like Overlord
Mhm.
is literally like the only super.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, maybe there is others, but like I haven't seen any.
This
like,
one is
the
one
two
of-
seasons I've seen.
Yeah,
and a few of these that I wrote down I haven't completed and like I guess you could argue that with me like oh hey like maybe the later seasons are way better but
Yeah.
from what I've seen like I know you've seen over a season
I've seen like 2 seasons, I think.
I
I've
saw
s-
like 3/4 of the.
I've seen about like 8-9 episodes
I remember the one thing that stuck out to me was the lizard sex scene.
Oh,
okay
I know what you're.
It was like
Well,
a
I
big,
am
there was like
not-
a
It's so bad.
there was like a big there was like a big thing where like it was like a lizard sex scene.
I don't know if I was that supposed to be beginning
I think I was in season 2.
Yeah, I've
Oh,
seen that
wait,
clip.
you've seen it
I haven't. No, I've seen the clip. I
Oh,
haven't seen like the
clip.
episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like
It's even with just seeing the clip of that, I'm just like, ugh.
It's so weird.
It's so bad.
okay well
Awful.
I didn't even know that, but like it's just like yeah, it's very focused on like fan service and stuff, which like
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just
It
not
would
my
have been
thing,
cool
and,
if there
like-
was like no fan service and there was like really good action stuff, but instead it's just like, oh, my name's Albedo and I'm like horny
Also,
for a
like,
big
comparing-
skeleton.
Comparing back to Tensura again,
Doesn't
like
make any sense.
they're both similar in a way. That, like Ainz is like super overpowered. He has like a bunch of people serving
Mhm.
him. But then like what I like about Tensura is that it actually like shows him growing, like his like followers.
Yeah, it shows him like growing
like
his
at the
followers and,
beginning
like,
of
all of that.
Overlord, he's already got like a bunch of followers and like a whole like kingdom, whatever. And like
yeah, it's
You don't
kind
really
of
see how he got
it's
it.
kind of weird.
I know.
progression.
Another thing I like about Tensura is that like with Overlord and some other like power fantasy isekai is the main character starts with all their abilities super overpowered whatever, whereas like Rimuru like evolves his abilities like in the
He
show
gets
and
stronger over
like
time.
yeah, he slowly gets stronger.
Yeah.
So like when he's like just like a slime, and he first gets in there, no clue what he's doing. He just starts eating flowers.
And also like the personalities of the characters feel like an Overlord a lot. We're just not that.
Yeah, they
interesting.
weren't really
Yeah.
interesting.
I don't.
It's
It's been
kinda
a while
boring.
since I've watched it, but I don't remember the protagonist, the Overlord, being interesting at all. Just
I remember he was just like the type of fake it until you make it kind of guy. Or like
Yeah.
all his followers like assumed he was like super like knowledgeable and everything, and he was just like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, sure.
and then like most protagonists, he's like secretly
Yeah.
like kind of nice like to people.
Yeah.
I think
like
and
later on.
comparing it again to
Uh,
Tensura, which I guess we're just gonna do a lot because we're both
Wow.
isekai. Whatever it is, that's another thing I like about Tensura is that all the characters seem to have like their own kind of differing like personalities. Like Shion, for example, I know you just sent me the clip where like
Yeah.
she like is like she tries to kill somebody, she's like really aggressive, and then like she secretly has no clue how to control her power. She's like ah.
And
She's,
she also is like a
freaking
terrible
out.
cook.
Yeah, she's horrible at cooking.
She
too.
like literally makes poison. Like she fed this guy like food, and like it gave him poison.
Yeah,
resistance,
he gave
Oh.
him poison resistance. It was so bad.
so he could survive the food.
Oh wow.
It's
No.
yeah, no, but like all the characters, like you see like Shuna, which is the ogre princess. You see her and you're like, "Oh, she's sweet." And then she's like secretly will like murder you if you even make one wrong step. So
Yeah. But anyway,
Yeah.
going back on Overlord, that
Overlord is
I
very
said a
overrated.
bit of
The thing about
why I think it's
Overlord is
overrated.
I've seen like some actual like cool fights later on in season 2.
Mhm.
But like for most of the part, like most of the plot and everything, it's just kind of like
Yeah. Like the
Kinda boring.
designs of the characters are pretty neat and you know, I guess the world is cool, but like other than that, like the plot and just the fact that like it's like a just harem everywhere.
Yeah, and
it's
I don't know
just-
why people like the Horn Girl so much. Like the only
Albedo,
thing
yeah.
about
There's
her,
nothing cool about
there's
it.
nothing cool about her. It's all literally just sexual.
It's
like
yeah,
like
it's literally
her
all
whole
Yeah.
thing is that like she's like super in love with the Overlord guy,
Yeah.
and that's it.
That's
Like, she's
literally
just
all
super
she
in love with
yeah.
him.
hmm
Makes no sense.
That's her
It
whole.
feels like a problem with a lot of isekai where they have like a big harem aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, that's over for you. That's why I think it's overrated. Do you guys have any others?
Or let me think. Is there any
Um,
isekai?
Overrated or underrated? I mean, just
So I guess for
bring it on.
isekai, crap, or ReZero. Okay, that's what it was. So ReZero, I think ReZero is kind of like in the center, like more overrated than underrated. But like, I think people definitely see it and they're like, this is peak isekai. This is literally the best. It can't get better than this, which is definitely wrong because Tensura is like 1,000 times better than ReZero.
You've seen
in
ReZero, right?
terms of story.
What do you think?
Because like the thing,
I don't know.
well, in terms of characters, maybe not story, but like but like
I think ReZero has the best story out of all this guys.
yeah, I'd say story wise, yeah, but like I'd say character wise, like ReZero is kind of lacking. Cause like especially Subaru, he just dies. Like his whole thing is he dies. Like there's nothing cool about.
I
I've
know
heard
he
he
has
was-
like, didn't he have like more stuff in
I've
season
heard he
2?
was a
I don't
kind
know, I
of
didn't
cool
finish it.
character. I mean,
Or not.
he
all
was
of it.
one of the people nominated for protagonist of the year, or like something like
my-
that. on
see,
I'm
Crackle.
my
pretty sure he had some
problem-
big stuff in season 2 that made people like him a lot more.
My problem with ReZero is that I do think it's overrated just purely because people say it's like this is peak isekai. This is like literally can't get better. Every other one sucks. Which like it really annoys me because like
It's not a good
there are some like
mentality.
yeah, there are some like Tensura or like the Killing Science for 300 Years, whatever the heck the short name is. Which they were good. Like Tensura especially. Like I personally enjoy Tensura much more than I enjoyed ReZero. It was just much more fun to watch and it was just more enjoyable. But I think that like the aspect of ReZero where the story is really good and the characters are enjoyable and whatnot and recognizable, but the fact that people are like this is peak, it doesn't get better, every other isekai sucks, makes it overrated. Because
Okay.
like the people that are like that refuse to like watch anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't really seen that much of that, but I have seen like people on Instagram calling it like peak fiction or whatever.
Yeah,
which is
it's
like,
not peak fic.
Mm.
I mean, like, it's whatever. I mean, like, I think
It's-
it's a pretty good anime, but like, yeah,
It's
if
good.
you're calling it like
Yeah.
every other anime trash, every other isekai trash,
I've seen
because of
like
it,
I've seen plenty of people with like on both like Twitter and different places and stuff where they're just like,
Yeah.
if you watch any other isekai, you're wrong, and I'm like, no, shut the
Yeah.
heck up, trash
Um,
can.
Okay, so
So I said that's why I say it's like kind of on the border because like there are some aspects of it where I do think it is
mhm.
overrated, but then other aspects I think perfectly fine. Like it's fine for it to be popular.
Okay, yeah. So you think it's a little. Okay.
Yeah, and of
Uh,
course I think Tensura is.
Do you have any? I don't think. Okay, wait. Going on that.
I don't think
I'm
it's
not
like
sure.
underrated.
I don't think it's underrated.
I think it's like in
because
the middle.
It's
I
very.
think, I think
not
it's rated
overrated.
well.
I
It's
think
very-
it's rated well.
it's
I don't think
very
it's under. I don't think
popular, so,
like when I say underrated, I don't mean like straight up it needs to be better.
Because people
I thi-
talk about it all the time.
I
like,
think
on
it's
social
it's
media.
more like I think it deserves to be more popular than it is, but for what it is, I think it's
I
fine.
don't know. I think it's.
Because like I think
I haven't
people,
seen it, though.
I think it's rated.
yeah, I think it's
fine, like,
rated well. I just
think
think
it's pop-
people
it's
kind of
quite-
like discard
pretty
like how
popular, so-
enjoyable it. Whatever.
There's a lot of other
Um,
good shows too.
I know there is. I'm not one of those ReZero people that says it's peak fiction.
Okay. Okay. Do you have
Hmm.
one?
I guess we're sticking with overrated right now. So
Sure.
this one might be a bit of a hot take just because it's like so highly rated on my anime list.
Okay, let's hate on you.
Steins Gate. I know
Ooh.
you've talked about it before.
It's number
You've talked
3
about,
on
like,
my anime.
you think it's
list.
I
overrated, too.
definitely
Anime.
agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it has a really good outcome and like
Yeah.
it's really interesting and
Yeah.
stuff. But I mean, you like it more than me too.
Yeah, and I still think it's overrated, kind of.
Yeah. Because the thing about it is like the first watch is like I feel like it's probably the worst, just because like the
Mhm.
first half is so boring to me, and it's like
Yeah.
oh, but if you watch it a
It's
second
really
time,
slow.
it connects like with the time thing, and you can. You can see all the things like that
Yeah.
make sense, but like the first time you watch it, it's like, oh, it's just like a slow slice of life.
I
Yeah.
kind of like that part, but yeah, I guess
That's
you
not
can see
what
how
I
people
went
like it.
into it for. Like I was
Yeah.
like, oh, time travel stuff, and I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, it's just like them
The
talking. or
thing
whatever.
that I'm surprised
it's like a mix of
about
slice
is
life
like
and time travel.
I
Huh?
would kind
It's
of
like kind of both slice life and time travel.
I would kind of
lot.
agree that it is like overrated because like I'm looking at my anime list like top anime now for like of all time,
Yeah,
at least
very
on the
highly rated.
website. You look at all of them, you have like Full Metal Alchemist, Attack on Titan, Gintama, Hunter x Hunter. You have all these ones that are like really well known, and then you just have Steins Gate, which feels out of place to me.
Steins Gate is really well known.
I know it's
too.
really well known, but I mean like it feels out of place. Like when you like look at the list, you see all these ones that everybody talks about, Attack on Titan, Full Metal, whatever,
mean,
and then you just
Steins
have
Gate is
Steins
like a
Gate there.
super popular
It's
anime.
just because it's like the shortest. It's
It-
it's,
it-
it's like
it's
the
short.
shortest
doesn't
of
feel
There's
like
it.
not
it
as much
fits
to
in
talk
for me,
about,
yeah.
and like
Yeah,
it's like an anime that a lot of people get into, like
Yeah.
when they first start watching anime.
Mhm.
because it's
I
short.
still have
easy
not
to watch.
watched it.
And what you were saying about slice of life and like time travel stuff. I mean, I think it shifts from like slice of life
Mhm.
Yeah.
and tiny time travel to like action drama time travel for the last half.
Yeah.
And that's what I loved. I honestly loved the second half when it actually got into the crazy stuff.
Mhm.
The first half was just kind of like a little
Yeah.
bit filler
The
stuff.
first half was kind of like more to like get you attached to the characters, kind of, and then like
I'm not
whenever shit
attached to
goes down
any
in the
of
second
them.
half, you're like feel more for them whenever like something
Yeah,
happens
I
to
mean,
them.
yeah, I
Yeah.
still felt it, and I feel like
Mhm.
I guess it maybe affected me a little bit. Like it felt a little long to me, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's popular
It's
for a
fine.
reason, I guess.
it's
Yeah.
a really good show. It sucks because like it's a really good show. And it's like in the top 15 or something. I don't really know if it's in the top 10 or not.
Mhm.
It used to be like, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's such a really good show, but it's still overrated because like just like being like number like what 3 on my
It's
anime
number
list.
3, yeah.
It just it doesn't I don't think it should be that high personally.
Like I don't mind it being high, but I think number 3 is
Yeah.
like I'd say like maybe like top 20 is fine, but like
Mhm.
number 3 I don't think it fits.
I
that
agree with
position.
that one. I didn't even think about. I didn't put that one on my list. Yeah, that one's a pretty good one. I can throw out another one. This one's easy. You will all agree with me. My Hero Academia. I think it's overrated.
Yes.
Yeah.
and not that it's bad. Overrated never means bad.
It
just
doesn't
means
It's
necessarily
just like
mean
it's
bad.
super
Well,
popular.
it
Like-
can mean bad, but not all the time.
Like
yeah.
it overpowers some other shows that should be getting maybe
Yeah.
maybe
Like, let's see,
more
where
like
is it?
popularity or something. Like there may be
Let's
shows that
see.
are better, but like
More
My Hero
popularity rather
Academia
than
gets
rating.
more coverage.
Yeah, I'm going to
you
more.
know?
I'm gonna go.
Oh.
Most.
Like My
popular.
Hero
Let's look.
Academia like kind of overshadows like a lot of.
Yeah, so
other
my
shows
so
like
My
this.
Hero, if you go to popularity, for top anime, is number 6. It's above both Tokyo Ghoul, Naruto, Your Name, Hunter x Hunter,
And
No
in
Game,
this
No
case,
Life.
it's like I know it's not like super highly rated. It's just, I feel like it's overpopular.
Yeah.
Because just like, oh my gosh, you guys all know how popular.
I don't have
way
a
too
problem with it really
popular.
being all that popular. I don't think it like it takes up a space of like another anime that can have it. It's more like I'm just
Yeah.
surprised that it's like this popular because I don't think it's
I think
that
yeah,
good.
I don't think it's necessarily overrated. I agree with the overpopular because like like I mean it's higher than Naruto. Like there's no way it's
Yeah.
more popular than Naruto. But then you
I
go
think it
to
could
you
be.
go to a convention
right now.
You go
mean,
to a
like-
convention and half of the people cosplaying are from My
okay. No, I
Hero.
see way more like Deku or Todoroki cosplays than I see like Naruto
Dude,
stuff.
the
Exactly.
the new
Like,
gen is
it's a
taking
problem.
over.
Yeah, no. Also, like anime has become more popular in the past few years, and like
Yeah, so I guess
more
that
people are
makes
gonna get into
sense,
My
yeah.
Hero than they are gonna get into
Because it's
Naruto.
ongoing and everybody's like,
It's
a lot of people
ongoing,
watch
better
it.
I do
animation,
think
and
it's
it's
just
shorter.
I do think it's a little too popular because like I mean
Oh,
it
yeah.
it may be good, but like at the end of the day like it's just like a action like hero anime. There's nothing like super like crazy defining about it other than the fact that it's like
I think it's a
Yeah.
pretty good anime. Just like, I don't see
It has
how.
amazing moments to
Yeah.
me, but
Yeah.
still.
Mhm.
Okay, so I think we've talked enough about My Hero Academia and why it's
I think we can all
overrated.
agree it's garbage.
Oh,
Yep, absolute garbage.
absolute
No, I'm just
garbage.
kidding.
Nah.
But
I really like it, probably more than these guys do.
over popular, like we said before, right?
Not necessarily worried.
So I think we've talked enough about that. But do you have next one?
Yeah. So the big one, which I think is definitely overpopular and overrated, but Parasite the Maxim is like,
Yeah.
why? Like, it's
Yeah.
it's definitely overrated. Like people,
It's
like,
kind of weird because I think it's like both like
yeah,
overrated and not overrated. Because like, in terms of like ratings, like I think people like rate it like way higher than I would.
It's still not like super popular.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
it's still not like super popular.
Yeah,
So
like-
it's not really like
which is good.
overrated in popularity.
Like people,
Shouldn't be.
It's
people-
good. This show
people-
shouldn't
yeah.
be popular. It's
People
not allowed
either-
to be
It
popular.
really shouldn't.
people either don't talk about it, or they just are. The people that do talk about it rate it way higher than it should be.
Oh, higher than I think it should be. Yeah.
Well, no, I think people just in general rate it
I
way
don't
higher
think
than
it's
it
good
should
at all.
be.
I felt like it was so like it was getting to
It was
a good
yeah,
point,
it
and then
was
it just kind of like
yeah.
died down.
Like it was a cool like idea, but then like the whole time you're just kind of like, all right, when is something actually going to happen?
you know, like there's
Like-
character development. This was like character undevelopment. Like
Yeah.
he was purposefully like developing less. Like I know it has to do with the
Yeah.
story, but it was making it just like he was literally
It
just
was just
bland.
so bland. Yeah.
He went from like a just bland, like timid but kind of nice guy to like just a bland guy with no emotions.
Yeah, it was so
Yeah.
boring.
And
There's
so
like people rate like I see people like yeah this is like a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 anime, and I'm like you're 10 out of 10 stupid is what you are.
just like comparing it to
Uh,
any of the other like popular
Yeah.
or other
They're like
good.
I've seen
anime.
like people
Even,
like,
like,
it's
My
be-
Hero,
it's better than
honestly.
like Attack on Titan and My Hero and stuff. And I'm like no it's not. Like maybe than Attack on Titan season 4, but not the rest of it.
okay.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Nah, I'm not standing by that.
but on Parasite, yeah, I agree
Yeah.
with you on that. I think
I
it
think
is.
it's way over.
People are gonna hate on us.
I
for
think,
that one, but-
If you hate on us, I mean, you're
Yeah.
wrong, but like, yeah, I'm not. It's an opinion, so I don't care.
Yeah.
okay.
Personally, I don't hate it as much as you guys, but
I mean, I don't hate it.
I think
just
it's like
think
just like we're just
I think it's higher,
emphasizing it
higher
because
rated higher than it should
we're
be.
just emphasizing it because we're talking about it because it's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
overrated. You know, we're talking
Yeah,
about why it's
yeah.
overrated.
yeah.
Yes.
So, what's yours?
Let me consult my
What's
list.
yours? Going in a circle,
Consult
boy.
your list.
Consult
I have a
the
list
circle.
down here
Yep.
on my Bruno phone.
Yep. What's next on your list
no.
for?
On my Bruno phone.
Bruno.
One thing, you guys haven't actually seen, but I've seen it, and like it's kind of weird because I actually really like it. Naruto, is like one of those ones that is kind of overrated. Just because like it's super popular. It's like one of the most popular anime of all time.
and at the same time, it's a little overhated too. There are these
Yeah.
crazy
Naruto,
like
yeah.
fanatics that are anti Naruto accounts
Yeah.
on.
They literally spend
on
like
Instagram.
every waking hour just bashing Naruto.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like, hey, have you hated Naruto yet?
But it's because they're just so mad that like Naruto
It's-
is so successful and
yeah.
so popular.
Yeah.
They're like, why hasn't Parasite been this good? Like, what the heck, man? Ugh.
Yeah, and then if Parasite
Isn't
got
it like-
popular, you get the anti-Parasite.
Isn't it like mostly like One Piece fans and stuff that hate on Naruto? They're like, Naruto's trash.
One Piece and Hunter x Hunter fans is
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
a big.
it sucks because those people are just like, I don't like to think of them like as part of a community. They're just like haters.
Because like, they don't even like
Yeah.
talk about One Piece or Hunter x Hunter that much. They just talk about hating Naruto.
They're like, hey, so I'm a fan of One Piece. By the way, Naruto sucks.
They don't even say that they like One Piece. Like we've seen some of the accounts and like they
Yeah.
have like images of like Hunter x Hunter or One Piece in their
Mhm.
like profile picture,
Yeah.
but then their entire like portfolio of like
They
pictures
never
on
mention
One
Instagram
Piece or
is
Hunter x Hunter.
all
Yeah,
about
just
like
hating
Naruto.
yeah.
Why Naruto's the worst character in anime? Why the writer of Naruto is like the worst writer ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that.
And like the thing is, there are like a few of their points I do kind of agree with, just like some criticisms about the series or whatever. But they take it too far sometimes when like they say things like, "Oh yeah, Naruto would get one shot by Luffy" or something like that, or like that the whole like
Wouldn't, like,
Marineford Island
Naruto,
is like
like-
bigger than all of the Naruto world.
Wouldn't Naruto like beat Luffy though. Like from what
Yeah,
I
he would.
understand, like
Easily.
he's like way much.
And the way Luffy is now, he would easily like Naruto would easily like kill Luffy.
We'll see by the end of One Piece.
How
Yeah.
dare you
20
say that?
years.
Naruto's so weak that even a baked potato.
We'll
could beat
see
him.
in 20 years when Luffy gets like Gear 7, freaking hockey,
no.
like space just hits people from like miles away without it touching them.
It's like
Oh,
it's like
God.
Akaza's destructive death. He just like punches and suddenly just get hit by something.
But he would definitely be in a
Yeah.
fight, just
Yeah.
from what I hear about. But yeah, I think it's overrated.
Yeah,
That was a good one.
it sucks. This is a good series, but like it just
Yeah.
Okay, here's one. I don't want to talk about too much because you haven't seen it, and you have, but you're gonna disagree with me.
oh boy,
Yeah, get wrecked.
I'm not excited for this.
It's not that. It's not this one. We're not there yet.
We're not there
Yeah.
yet. That one.
It's another
sucks.
one. Another fun one.
Oh no,
I think
I'm nervous.
Haikyuu is super overrated.
Oh no.
I actually put that on my list.
I agree.
Oh, okay, good.
I agree with you.
Woo.
I haven't even watched it, and I agree
That's
with you.
the
I put it on my list. I think it's
only way you-
underrated.
No, you did
No,
not.
just kidding, just
You did
kidding.
not. I think that's like whenever I hear sports anime, people are like, "Yo, Haikyuu!" Like, oh my god, that is like the one anime. Like when I think of sports, sadly my brain just goes to Haikyuu because like I just think, oh, volleyball.
Sadly.
Sadly.
Because I'm not super into sports anime. I've seen 3, and Haikyuu, it's not bad. It's actually pretty solid, but people like say it's like 10 out of 10, like god tier. Okay,
Yeah.
it's not, but it's actually the least favorite out of all the 3 sports anime that I've seen.
Yeah.
Because I've seen Run with the Wind, which is
Run
the
with
same
the
company,
Wind.
and that's just because I prefer running over volleyball. And also Hajime no Ippo, which is like one of my favorite anime of all
Mhm.
time now. Boxing, and I love that one.
Mhm.
So like, and those 2 don't get recognized nearly as much. Sports
Nearly
anime,
as
it
much.
just isn't popular, except for Haikyuu. And
Well, there's also Kuroko Basket. Kuroko no Basket.
and yes, Haikyuu has a bunch of good things going for it. The OST is pretty solid, but Run with the Wind has basically the same OST.
Yeah.
Same with animation.
Yeah.
I guess something
That
we
no
could say is,
no
like,
that's
characters
another
and
that
stuff.
just reminded me. Speaking no like because of Haikyuu, I was so the Crunchyroll whatever anime awards was like one of our first episodes that we had something on.
Yeah.
There was the best boy category. Somehow the Haikyuu like main character, the orange spiky haired
Nada.
Yeah, I don't
garbage
understand
man,
that because like
he somehow beat like
I'm a pretty
3
big
like amazing like he beat like
Yeah.
Gojo, Anos, Voltigo,
Yeah,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
and like Itadori, yeah, for best boy.
Yeah.
How is that even possible?
yeah. I don't know how because like I don't even think Hinata's really that good of a character.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And I
all
really
about
like
like the
Haikyuu.
entire cast. It's not just focused
Yeah.
around him.
Yeah, that's one of the things I like about Haikyuu though. But like just like the fact that it's focused on the rest of the cast. But
Yeah.
like just the main character isn't anything super special.
Yeah. I don't
So,
know.
I think the reason why it's more popular than like say Run with the Wind, for example, is just like it's more shonen-y. It's
Mhm.
like
More shonen-y,
it,
wholesome.
it's got like yeah a lot like more like likable characters, I guess, because like
a little more
the characters in Run with the Wind are a
action,
bit more like depressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Better one. And then for Hajime is just old
Yeah.
and like
Yeah,
luckily for
I mean
me,
I
when
think Haikyuu is a really good show. But there are better sports anime out
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
I mean, luckily for me, when I think sports anime, I immediately think Initial D. I see like drift race, like whatever is a
Yeah.
sport.
Yeah.
That's also like one of the few like sport anime that I've actually seen. and
I think that
watched.
people need to like see other sports anime too.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Like,
Haikyuu is
calm
probably
down,
overrated.
fangirls.
But that's
There's
just
other
because like the
boys and
fact
other
that it's like the
anime.
most popular one. Like
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'd say for
I mean, I'd agree with you. It's definitely too overrated.
Haikyuu. Okay.
Hinata should not have
Yeah.
gotten best.
I was a
sport.
little worried because I know you really like Haikyuu, like, and you
Mm.
gave like one of the seasons 10 out of 10. So.
yeah, I moved that down.
Oh,
later.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But it is
Just
still like
wondering.
my favorite season. for sure.
Surprisingly, Haikyuu is actually number 39 on popularity from.
Yeah, it's pretty
lower than I
popular.
thought. Okay, so one that like I don't know if you'll necessarily agree with me, but like I don't know if you've seen. I'm not sure, but like Tokyo Ghoul, the anime, not the manga. I think
Oh.
the anime is like a little overrated because it's not done the best. Like it was
Yeah.
it was cool to watch, and it it was animated nicely, but there was so much that was left out and from the story and whatnot. Like I just
The
think
opening
it's like.
though.
The opening's really good too. I just think that like, I mean, I understand why anime like only people would. Now that like I've read like the manga, like other than like the last like, I understand why anime people would put it highly, but I think that a lot of people that have watched the anime have also probably read enough of the manga and still rated it really highly. I don't know.
I think most people who watched the anime haven't read the manga. I mean,
Yeah.
I think
I
for like
I don't
I
think
just
it's like
think it's a
necessarily
little
overrated, just because like most people agree that it's like kind of a bad anime, like in terms of adaptation wise. Like literally everyone I know hates on like seasons 2 through 4
Yeah.
because like they're honestly kind of garbage.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the second season was like, I mean, it was animated nicely, but like other than that and like some of,
And
like the
the,
fights, it
the
was
dumb
pretty
thing
boring.
is, all of second season isn't even canon.
Yeah.
It was like a replacement for like what would be second season.
Mhm.
And then like third season, it acts like it acts like they already animated like second season like the
Yeah.
manga canon content.
It
So
doesn't
like
make any sense.
basically just left out like a whole entire season.
Yeah. I saw that was one of the first anime I've ever seen to Google, and I watched
Oh,
like
okay.
6 or 7 episodes, and I just kind of like haven't gone back to it. So I don't really know. I don't
I mean,
really have
I
an
don't really
opinion.
care. I don't think it's like necessarily overrated. I just think that like for
It's
what
really
it
popular
is,
'cause
it,
It's like one
I
of
don't
the
blame it
ones
for
that
being
a lot of people get
popular.
into
And
first.
also
I don't
the
blame it for being
opening,
popular.
like it's one of those few
The
openings
opening is
that's
the
like,
reason why it's like super
Yeah,
popular.
yeah,
everybody
like,
hears
like,
the
a lot of
opening
people
and then,
watch
like,
it because of the
because of the
opening.
opening.
It's like
Yeah.
literally like top 3 out of popularity when it comes to opening. Like, it's
Yeah.
gotta be.
I mean, the opening is really good, so I don't blame anybody, but
That's one of the big
it is
dogs.
one of the big reasons people get it.
Yeah, just a lot of people hear like the opening and like
Mhm.
character designs and stuff, and just like get
Yeah.
into it, and it's like one of the first few. It's
Mhm.
like pretty short.
Yeah, it's
so.
like like another like death.
That was like one of
get
the
into it.
first anime songs that I. Oh yeah, put it on my
Mm.
playlist. It's edgy.
Attitude.
Edgy.
Exactly.
Doo-doo.
Mhm.
Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
All right.
Yeah.
The next one on my list, you've already talked about Haikyuu.
Nice,
Haha.
nice.
Mob Psycho 100 is one that I think is kind of overrated.
Really? Okay.
Especially
I
like
have not seen
from like people I've seen like on Instagram, it's like constantly like rated as like super
Mhm.
highly rated, and like above like One Punch Man and stuff like that. I mean like I don't know. I mean compared to the animes, I think it's pretty close, but like yeah, Mob Psycho is probably better in anime form, but like
Mhm.
if you just compare the One Punch anime, if you include the manga, it's a different story. But like
Yeah. I'd say.
one thing I really don't understand though is like Mob is like super like the main character is like rated super like highly on Instagram and stuff.
He's not that interesting.
I don't think he's like that interesting. People like
He's a pretty average guy that's timid, and then he just has an edge mode, which is like crazy mode, Super Saiyan mode, like
yeah.
depressed, angry mode.
I don't think it's like he's like a super great character, but like I see a lot of people like
He's
praising him all
pretty
the time.
average.
It's ranked 118.
Yeah,
Cool.
on my anime list.
Yeah, on
but
my anime
Yeah, this is more of a
It's
like
tough
rating thing than
because-
popularity.
Yeah.
because I think
I think it's
actually-
a pretty good show. I think it deserves its popularity. Just like the rating is a bit too much for
What was the
Mhm.
rating? Was it like mid 8, mid?
It was
high
8.
I don't know
Eight-
what it
it's
is. I'm just
8.48
like going
on-
off of like community stuff,
Oh yeah,
like what
stuff
people
that you see in the
said.
community, like
Mhm.
oh, amazing god tier. Well, the animation is god.
Yeah, definitely.
It just has its moments. I actually like kept saying to myself like I want to rewatch it because
Yeah.
I really like animation now compared to when I watched it way back
Mm-hmm.
when, and its animation is like one to behold. Like if you're
Mhm.
looking for those shows, it's like you just want
Yeah.
to see Sakaga amazing, like crazy action, smooth, crazy good
Just
animation.
go for it. Yeah.
Just watch like Mob Psycho. And the story isn't that bad, but I do know what you mean. Like the character himself.
Yeah.
The comedy's great, and like I think the story is like pretty fun.
Yeah.
You know, it's not really about the plot. It's just kind of about the.
Just kind of about the action.
the
just kinda
comedy and the
go for
action.
it, Yeah.
So I
It's just that people get like super into like the plot and like say like oh it's like an amazing plot or like a like super like god tier
if
show
people
and like
talk about the plot being like
amazing
anything
characters.
special, no.
I think
Even
like
characters,
the
no.
only interesting character to me was Regan. And
Yeah,
like, all the
yeah.
rest are
He
just
had
kind
a
of like
pretty
eh.
good arc in the second season, actually.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
good character development thing. But yeah. Other than him, I wouldn't say any character really stands out to me. Like an
Yeah.
interesting character. But everything else, like comedy and like
Mhm.
action and
It's more like a like
animation, yeah,
lighthearted show with like good action and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. So I don't know. I'd probably say it's like maybe a tiny bit to me, but
I don't
I'm
know.
kinda
I
fine
haven't.
with
I
it.
haven't.
I
seen
guess it
it,
just
so I
depends
don't-
on
I
like
don't
how
know
much you've
much
seen
about the
like
show.
people like rating it super highly on like Instagram and stuff.
Yeah, because I see a lot of clips from,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
like, because it is good.
Because
I
like
don't-
I
I
go
don't
on
see-
Instagram a lot and Reddit and stuff, and like
Yeah,
I
me
read the
too.
comments all the time.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah, I go on Instagram all the time too. Not Reddit, but I go on Instagram and I see like a lot of Mob Psycho stuff.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It's just like I don't
Yeah,
know.
it is what it
For
is.
me, probably not.
Mhm.
It is what it is. I see.
Mhm.
It's overrated for you. I got
Nice.
another one though.
Nice. Let's hear it.
Oh yeah, this one's gonna be a good one.
Oh
This
boy.
Wow.
one's gonna be a good one.
Oh
Is
boy.
it,
Demon Slayer.
I
I
mean,
got
I'm
on my
not gonna.
list.
I agree with you. It is
Okay.
overrated.
Oh, okay. I was kind of scared.
No, no, no.
I
Okay,
purposely
no, no,
avoided
here-
that.
no,
That
no.
was on my first on my list, but I avoided it.
Okay, no. So no.
Oh,
So here,
really?
I've said that I agree
You're
with
trying
it
to
before.
avoid
Though.
the
No, no.
the
So
clout, the
no, no, no.
freaking
So
argument.
here's my thoughts on this. Do I think it's overrated? Yes. Do I think it's overpopular? No. If because when you think about a Demon Slayer, like it may be kind of like the classic
Yeah.
shonen whatever, but I think it's really good and like for the popularity, I think it deserves it because like it's got likable characters, the story is pretty interesting, and it's easy to get into for a lot of people, which is fine. Though I do think it is overrated because there are some shows that I've seen that are rated below Demon Slayer that I do think deserve to be higher.
I guess, yeah.
Because, like, don't get me wrong, I love Demon Slayer. Like, it's, like, in my top 5. But I do think it is overrated, and there are other shows that probably deserve a spot above it.
I definitely agree with
So-
you with rating. Popularity, I think it's a little too popular still, but I think the popularity is like for
Mhm.
kind of the wrong reasons. Like a lot of the stereotypes or a lot of what people say is just like, oh, it's carried by animation and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And I kind of agree. Like if it was made by a mid-tier studio,
The JC staff.
like it would not be popular at all. Like
Well, it
if
depends. It
was-
depends on the studio. If it was animated by Shaft, I'm sure it would be. It would be just as popular,
Yeah.
purely because of how funny it would be
But
to
like
watch.
he was just talking about how Odd Taxi was so good, but it was by JC staff. It's not about animation. It's about the
Yeah.
story stuff. If Demon Slayer was JC staff, then
Well, I mean,
it
see,
just wouldn't be. I don't know.
I also don't think JC Staff could
Ufotable, I
handle
feel like kind of just
whatever, but-
amplified it so much.
But the thing is, I think if any of like the big studios have had it, Mappa, Madhouse, Wit, if any of them had really done it, it would have been popular.
Well, yeah, because you're naming all like.
Well, I
the
know,
good
but like,
studios.
I mean, I think I still like. I don't think it necessarily also depends on the like. I mean, I do think it's popular because of the wrong reasons for like at least and the anime wise.
Mhm.
I do think it would still be pretty popular even if it was animated by someone else because
It's
like
nowhere near as popular.
it
as
wouldn't
though
be.
now.
I mean, I don't think it'd be like crazy less, but I do think it would. I mean, it definitely would be less popular.
because
but,
like it's super popular now.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it basically killed Vinland Saga because they both came out in the same
Well, I
time.
think that's also because.
Yeah.
and nobody talked about Vinland.
Well, I think that's also because Vinland Saga wasn't on as much stuff as Demon.
Well,
Like,
it was
Vinland
only
Saga
on
was
Prime,
only on Prime.
but
yeah.
but also, I mean, I think it was a big thing, just like taking the
Yeah.
spotlight from.
Well, a
people.
lot of good anime, like a lot of like popular anime came out 2019.
Yeah, and like The Promised Neverland was one of them.
Mm.
It got some recognition, like built up kind of later on, but I mean, Demon
Mm.
Slayer kind of stole the show. It just like was like boom, like oh, Demon Slayer, like when it came out. So that's why I think I would say over or overrated or whatever.
I think overall, if you ignore the animation stuff, I think the popularity part is fun because I do think like the fact that like the characters, like there's a character somebody's bound to like, and like there's some pretty good like story stuff at the beginning, and the next arc is gonna be hilarious. Just
I don't know
'cause,
about
like,
a
the
character
start of the
someone's
arc is
bound to
gonna be
like
great,
because I
but-
know that Jacob doesn't like any of the characters.
Okay, yeah, but
I
Jacob
didn't
is
like any of
so-
them at first,
Get
and
out of
now
here.
they're just like, yeah, I don't love
I mean,
any of them. Not
okay,
gonna
but
lie,
you have
but,
to
like,
admit,
I don't hate all of them now. Like I can deal with them.
Rengoku and
Hmm.
Akaza, like you have like, if they eventually get to,
I
the
don't really
top,
know
like,
anything about
Rengoku's
Akaza yet.
cool, but like he.
Okay, no,
he
but
did
I
have
mean,
a lot of,
okay,
like,
so-
he
You didn't have a lot of screen time.
I think-
Akaza, I don't know anything about yet, really.
if they
Yeah.
animate like all of it, I do think you guys will probably really Akaza. Like I think like he's genuinely a better villain than any other character. In
We
the
have
show.
okay. Listen, we have our high One Piece character standards though, so I don't
Okay,
know.
yeah, but One Piece character standards
just
are like
kidding.
really low. So it's fine.
I'm just kidding. Just because One Piece characters are like,
yeah.
if I just compared them to like One Piece, it's like it's
Yeah.
pretty rough because One Piece characters are pretty good.
Whatever it is, I don't know.
But I think it's a
Yeah.
little overrated. That's my
Mhm.
2 cents on it.
Yeah, I don't think I really have a problem with the reading as much, just because like most people I've heard talk about it don't really rate it super high. They like say it's like
I mean, I
pretty
think,
good. It's
I
like
think
8 or
it's like
something.
it's like a high 8 for. I don't even
But if
like.
you
I'm pretty sure
remember
I
when
had
it
I think
first,
the most
if you
popularity
remember when
stuff-
it first came out though, the amount
Yeah.
of absolute like hype. I know everything has recency bias, but like it was ridiculous. It's kind of like how Chainsaw Man is now. Like as like everybody's reading the manga, stuff, like Chainsaw Man. Everybody was like, watch Demon Slayer, like. But I remember when it
Yeah.
first came out, it was
Yeah.
so freaking popular.
yeah. I mean, I guess whenever I think about
Mhm.
it, yeah, I guess it is kind of overrated just because like I see it on like my anime list, like the top like 30 or something,
Yeah.
and like it just like
it's
seems pretty
really-
high for me.
Yeah.
Like personally, I don't really like it that much. Like it
Mhm.
would be like top 30 on my anime list.
Yeah. Anyways, I guess moving on from that. So
Yep.
one that I think it's number 4 on popularity for my anime list is specifically like the beginning of Sword Art Online. Like, because like sure,
Overrated?
yeah, overrated. I don't care about popularity,
Underrated?
but I think my problem with it. I don't know anything about the later seasons. From what I've heard, Gun Gale Online and like Alicization and whatever
You're
are
talking
pretty
about
good.
season 1, right?
Yeah, season 1, the start of it. Yeah.
I'm surprised because like I thought most people hated on it.
I mean, yeah, but like the first season is number 4.
We're talking about
So,
popularity right now.
yeah.
I
not
guess
like-
yeah.
So over popular.
So yeah, overpopular is what I meant.
I mean,
yeah.
definitely.
So I mean,
100%.
it's rated a 7.2, but the amount of people that talk about just the start, they're like, and I think the reason why is because there's so
Oh,
many
I know
people
what you
arguing
mean.
about how garbage it is.
Yeah, because the people did say that it started off like really, really good. They're like, oh yeah. it
Yeah,
started
I
really
also have
good,
like,
and
yeah,
then it
I've
just fell
seen
off.
yeah, they're like it started off good, fell off. Like
I mean, I kind of agree with that.
I
like,
don't like
It was
the whole.
interesting to me.
I watched it and
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting, but the whole time I was like, this is just boring. Like,
I just
there's
thought
nothing
like
really happening.
I thought the potential for it. I was like, oh
Yeah.
man, this sounds really cool. Like, there's this whole like level system,
Mhm.
and they have to go through all these floors. And
Like,
I
I
was
thought-
I felt like it was gonna be way more long running, like
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
progression, just like, and it really wasn't.
I
that.
thought it would be cool, and like I thought it had potential, and then it just kind of didn't do anything. Like it
I
just
mean,
kind of
it
kept
did
doing the
stuff,
same
but like
thing.
it just didn't do the stuff that I
Yeah.
kind of like expected.
and
it
then
to.
and then
not
no,
what
and
I
then
Because
there was
like
like
it kind of like
Yeah.
I mean I guess everyone's seen it by
it
now.
was pretty bad.
But like the fact that like they leave the video game world like halfway through
Yeah,
the first
I don't-
season,
yeah.
like it just instead of like sticking in the video game world and
I
actually
didn't like
progressing
the
more.
whole thing. Like they suddenly like I don't know. There was like the whole thing where like there was like some weird like sexual stuff that went on, and then
Oh, yeah.
suddenly
Yeah.
suddenly
Like,
their kid
that-
is like they're all fairies, and suddenly they're like a fairy kid, and she can like come
don't
in
even
and out of
remember that,
existence,
yeah.
and like
Yeah.
what is even happening? It's a big twist.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Big.
I don't.
a
I think it's
jumbled
way
mess.
too overpopular.
I
I think a 7 's
Definitely
probably-
overpopular. Yeah. I think the rating is probably.
I still think for
about
like it might be overrated a tiny bit, but like
Maybe.
nothing. Not a
maybe
lot.
a tiny bit, but definitely.
It's definitely
overpopular.
overpopular.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure. For sure.
I mean like it makes sense why it'd be super popular just because like it was like one of the first isekai that a lot
Like,
of people watch.
Big
Like
isekai.
Yeah.
I feel like I have less of a problem with the show being like super popular if it's like one of
Mhm.
those like beginning shows a lot of people get into, like introduces
Yeah.
people to anime.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Because it's not really like as much of people like watching it like overshadowing other stuff. It's just an introduction to other things.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, I don't really have anything that though.
Yeah.
Sort of. Got.
What you
Alright,
got?
Okay, the next one is a spicy one.
Oh boy.
Attack on Titan.
See, I was thinking
Yes.
of putting that on, but it was really conflicting to me because, like, it is really good. It's just that people are just so toxic about it.
yeah.
Yeah, it just the fan base
Like-
is crazy.
Like, I honestly think that it kind of deserves all the hype it's getting
hmm
hmm
to most, like 99%, except to the point where you're like, super
Mhm.
toxic about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like there's nothing better than it. I do think like.
it is like definitely like top 10
I
for sure.
would personally say,
Yeah.
like, objectively, it's like probably like it's gonna stay in my top 10, probably for like forever or something
Mhm.
like that. Like it's just super solid. Like
Mhm.
the amount of like the peaks in the story is just
Yeah.
ridiculous. The twist
yeah,
and
yeah.
just like the action and just the whole world is just super interesting with Titans
Mhm.
and stuff. Like there's a
Yeah.
reason it's so popular.
Yeah, yeah. But then
Um,
like the fans take it a bit too far.
Yeah.
like
The
just-
fans are pretty.
And
bad.
I don't
just
I don't
sometimes,
think it's
like-
over. I don't think it's overrated. I think it's over toxic.
I think it's
Yeah.
over toxic.
People pushing the toxicity.
And
of it.
okay,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you've watched any of the other episodes that like we've talked about Attack on Titan in, I
and
think
then he's gonna
the
say
first 3
No.
episodes. Shut the heck up! I'm saying
No,
the
stop it.
the first 3 seasons I think are rated pretty fairly. You know, they're really good. I enjoyed them all. I loved being able to just like wonder what was happening and create my own like whatever reasons for everything. But then see the first half of season 4 hit. I'm like, this is garbage.
Oh my god.
Like There was nothing about season 4 that like I enjoyed other than like Sasha eating stuff and then like when Armin
Gabby
blew up the
goat.
port. Like
Gabby goat.
that was the only part that I found interesting about season 4.
What about Gabby Goat?
Maybe the part when
Gabby
like
goat.
when Levi was in the forest trying to get away from the Titans was cool too. But I mean other than that like there was
What about that whole scene with like Peak turning around and pointing at Aaron?
I mean
At the
I
end,
just
the
wasn't
finale.
impressed. Like I think the first half of it
So
is like
hype.
definitely overrated.
Or like a big twist when like it turns out
Listen,
Zeke is working along with
I'm
him.
was like,
sorry. That is
I
just
just the thing is I wasn't even surprised by that. That's like another thing I was disappointed about. When Zeke's like, "Oh yeah, I was a traitor for them all along," and I was like, "Okay."
dude. That's
like-
just a monkey brain opinion.
It's
Come
not
on.
a monkey brain. I like
Because
have like
there's
the
less
richest,
Season
action.
4
biggest
is like
brain.
the like
less
the
action equals less not as good, less enjoyment.
season 4 is
No,
like
I
highly
don't-
regarded
I
as
don't-
like this like first or second best season like after like
See,
season 3 part 2.
Everything
like,
starts coming together.
the
like, in
problem is,
season
I
four.
don't
That's
have-
like the plot really
it's
starts
another
kicking
okay,
off. Like,
but the thing is, it's another thing that like what you keep saying. Like whenever I say that my war is bad, you keep thinking I hate it because it's different. I don't care that it's different. I'm glad that there was something different, that something else was happening. My problem is that I don't think it was executed well. Like my problem with my war is that sure, it's different, cool. I wanted something different. The problem is that I don't think there's anything good about the song. I just don't think it sounds good. And it's the same with season 4. I'm glad it's different. I'm glad that stuff is happening. I just don't enjoy any of it.
The only thing I can
So-
say is just that like that's a very
a very
minority
spicy
opinion.
take.
That's a very hot take. Like even hotter
a
than
very
his take
good
of
one,
saying like
too.
it's overrated. Like because I know he still really likes it and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, the first 3 seasons of Attack on Titan are in my top 10, like as like one thing.
Okay.
But like season 4, unless
Man.
something happens like good happens in season 2, like or part 2 that like I really
Well, yeah,
like.
it's gonna get pretty good. Action. There will be. Don't worry. Your monkey brain will like the action coming up. Okay. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
But
P-Dog VA of this podcast.
I'm not, though.
That's what I was thinking. It's
I'm
we all
not,
watched
though.
Thursdays, though.
Oh my.
But what was I gonna say? I mean, I
Shout
still,
out to
like I
Colin.
said earlier, I
With
kind
the-
of just think it's more
Mhm.
over like toxic.
Yeah,
I don't really think
It's like when
Yeah,
people
no,
call
the
Peak
community
Fiction
is
and like trashing other
definitely over
shows and
toxic.
But I think it actually like deserves so much hype.
Mhm.
Like it's
Yeah.
actually
First
like
3
a
seasons
master.
definitely.
Like I think it's actually a masterpiece in the making that like almost everybody should watch. But like don't be like too toxic.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Just never be like super toxic.
Yeah.
Like I tried to tell my sister about it, but like she's like
They say in
"Eh."
the making, but it's finished.
I mean with the anime though. Because
yeah.
like the anime is super hype and like even with
Mhm.
season 4 when the manga finished, like everybody's hyped about season 4 like anime
Yeah.
coming out. Because there's a lot of anime onlys. There's a lot of people
Yeah.
that are casuals that like don't watch anime that watch
They
Attack on
only
Titan.
watch Attack on Titan.
That's how you know it's like dank, Like a Game of Thrones.
Dank?
It's like an anime Game of Thrones. But yeah, that's my opinion.
Mhm.
But yeah, okay, interesting take.
A good one.
We all
too.
had different views on that one.
I mean, I pretty much agree with what you said. It's like,
Yeah, okay, so mainly for toxic.
Definitely.
Okay, I'll bring up another hot one.
Yeah, you better bring up another hot one.
Chainsaw Man.
Trash
I think
dog,
that's
man.
overrated.
I want to
agree
know
with
where
that.
Power Drill
Okay,
Woman
good.
is.
Woo. Dude, it is not like the only reason I told you guys, I don't know if I said it on pod,
Mhm.
but like I'm the type of person where like if you keep telling me to watch something, like
You're not, yeah,
it's
you're not
gonna annoy
watch
me
it,
so much
yeah.
I probably won't watch it.
Just to
or
spite you.
read it. And that's what happened with Chainsaw Man. I took a break from it and it started getting like it was already popular when I
Mhm.
read it, but it was perfect for me. It's like, okay, people are saying it's really good. I'm gonna read it.
Yeah.
Now everybody's talking about it. And everybody's like, it's the best thing ever. You have to read Chainsaw Man. I'm like, oh man, I don't want to read it. I
Yeah.
reluctantly finished it. But like I enjoyed it. It's just like it really kills the mood when everybody's saying like
Yeah.
pushing it so much. And I
Yeah.
feel like the Attack on Titan community has kind of a lot of them have kind of become like that.
Mhm.
Well, actually not. No, actually, I don't want to get into that because that's a whole different thing with like the manga ending.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
they have their own different issues. But for Chainsaw Man, it's like everybody's just like super hype and it's crazy. The anime hasn't even come out. I don't know if there's a manga that's been this popular before.
yeah, I've never seen a manga this popular before anime.
Like this is crazy.
Yeah.
This is the first like super big manga hype I've ever seen. Like we're not like super into like we're not like super vets in the anime community. Like no more than like 6 or 7 years or something, right?
Yeah.
But like
Unless you count Pokemon, then it's been like 13 or 14.
like actually getting into the communities
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Like no way, none of us have that, right?
Yeah, more than
Mm.
like 6
But like
years.
I don't think like there's ever been a manga that's been super popular, like right? Just ridiculous.
I don't know of any that was like
Like
this
when you
popular
think
for
of
an
it,
anime.
Attack on Titan before it became an anime. I mean, I wasn't really into the community, but I don't think the community. I don't think anybody was. I don't think
Really
like
talking about.
I think it's
all
just a lot
social
of
media was like Attack on Titan. When the anime comes out,
Yeah.
bro, it's gonna be crazy.
I think a lot of it still has to do with the fact that like anime in general is becoming way more
And
popular
social
over
media
time.
is like
Yeah.
Yeah.
popular.
And so like because anime has become more popular, so is manga.
Yeah.
So like it's just growing fan bases, and like as soon as like a fan base gets like big enough, then it starts like
it
it starts
explodes.
it
Yeah,
starts like
everybody's
talking-
faces.
Everyone's
There's
talking
problems
about it
once
a lot
gets
more.
to a point. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is a problem. Like kind of a problem. It's like there's cool stuff. Like the JoJo part 6, I think is cool. Like it's not super like crazy. Like
Mhm.
the Chainsaw
Yeah.
Man is like, oh my god, it's all up in my
Yeah.
face.
so
People are
different,
way
like,
too toxic.
People
yeah.
like already know like about JoJo and stuff, but like Chainsaw Man is like it's a new thing. It's something
Yeah.
different.
Oh my Chainsaw Man. And I'm not
Yeah.
saying I don't like it.
Chainsaw Man.
Like
See, I'm waiting for the
was great.
sequel.
It was
Power
great.
Drill Woman. It's
yeah,
like,
it-
when are we just gonna get like different like household like lawn care like
Appliances.
lawn care tools? When are we getting
Wow.
lawnmower lad?
Lawnmower Lad. Oh man. But
Hacksaw
I guess we
Man.
can all agree that it's overrated because it's
Yeah.
Yeah,
literally.
I think it's really
every-
good. Just like people are like pushing it. Like I'm
To
just
the
surprised by
moon,
how
bro.
popular
I
it
think
is.
this
Like,
is another
I
like
haven't really noticed much toxicity. Really, it's just that like people are like I'm
Yeah.
surprised by how popular it is. Like people are. I
Mhm.
never expected to be this popular when I read it.
yeah.
I mean, that's my only.
Mhm.
On it, I've said enough, but get it out of here.
I feel like
we've
it-
talked enough about it. It's already over.
Yeah.
It's
It's
already
crazy because I
overrated.
really love the.
We're making
manga.
it more popular. Let's stop talking about it.
Yeah.
Shut the heck up. What the heck is what even is Chainsaw Man?
You have another one, Ethan? If you don't,
I
it's fine.
have more underrated ones. I don't have any
Okay.
more. overrated.
Do you
You
have
don't
any?
have any overrated?
Do you have any overrated ones?
I have a few.
Oh my gosh.
Well, actually, I think I have like one left. Actually,
Okay.
we already covered a couple of them.
Yeah. What is it?
Konosuba is one I think is kind of overrated.
Another
and I'm pretty sure
isekai.
Ethan agrees with me on this. Like, I think we've
I
talked
mean,
about this before.
I would say it's. I mean,
It
I
was
think
super
it's,
popular when it first came.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's overrated. I wouldn't necessarily say it's overpopular just because, like, it is supposed to be making fun of isekai and, like,
It's an enjoyable
it is
show, so I don't
enjoyable
have
and
a
stuff,
problem with
so
the
I don't,
popularity.
yeah. But, though I do think it is overrated because I know there are some people I've seen, like, very few, but I have seen some people be like, it is, like, the best isekai, like, all the characters are, like, literally the best, like, they're so
So just like
funny.
ReZero.
Yeah. Like it nowhere near as much as I've seen for ReZero. But like it's still I do think overrated because I've seen people rating it like really high. They're like it's like a 9. I'm like no, it's not. It's like a 7. Like if you in all seriousness,
Yeah.
like it's not
I
like
think
that
it's
good. It's
enjoyable.
enjoyable, but it's not really special.
I just constantly see like Reddit, Instagram posts about it, like
Mhm.
reposting like some of the clips from it, like some
Yeah.
comedic moments, and it's pretty funny. But like, just like the amount of like hype it's getting, I just
Yeah.
don't really understand because like,
Yeah.
it's just like
Mhm.
it's not that funny. It's like usually the same few jokes over and over.
Yeah, like it makes you
there-
laugh, but
there are
it's,
some
it's
pretty funny
nothing.
moments,
It's
but, like-
nothing like Space Dandy, where like you get to the zombie episode and you're just cracking up. Like it's great.
Dude,
It's not like that, like-
funniest episodes of
Like
all
you
time.
see, like you go to Konosuba and you're like, oh, that's pretty funny. Like that was enjoyable, but like it's nothing like, wow, like amazing.
like when like a redditor telling the like 1000th gender equality joke.
Yeah, like oh, haha, like
Yeah,
it was funny the
I
first
haven't
time,
seen
and
it,
that
but
was
I did see so many memes. Like it was super
Yeah.
popular when it. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
I guess I could like see one.
Yeah.
hmm
But I don't know if I have any more to talk about. Let's see.
Any more overrated or?
There's for overrated ones. I can talk about a season. I'll talk about a seasonal one that I think's like a little overrated. Okay,
Oh,
it's
boy.
not like ridiculous, but I'm kind of annoyed that it's like basically the most popular one of.
86.
No, Tokyo Revengers. It is super popular.
86 is more popular. a lot,
No,
actually.
it's not.
No, it's not.
Tokyo
No,
Revengers
it's way more popular.
definitely
No,
way
it's
more
not.
popular.
Not on social media. Not when people are like, dude, do you
On Reddit, it's 86 is way more popular.
okay? But that's on Reddit polls like ratings. I'm talking about like popularity.
I know, I'm talking
I
about
see.
popularity too.
I see
No.
way more people talking about
But
Tokyo
you use
Revengers
Instagram
than
too. I don't see anything for 86.
Yeah.
I don't see as much
Nothing.
only on Instagram either. Really.
I know. I see nothing for 86.
I don't really see much Tokyo Revengers much either, except for like a
I
story
see
post.
so
occasionally.
much Tokyo Revengers
Yeah.
all
I mean,
the time. Whenever people talk about talk about that season, spring 2021, Tokyo Revengers is almost like always number one or number two when they're talking about the best one of the season or like the best characters or just like anything that has to do with the season. Tokyo Revengers, they're always talking about it. Like it's
I mean,
the
I
top one.
guess.
Like I've seen so many posts. Like, oh, best anime of the season.
Yeah.
Revengers.
I don't
Like,
even go
multiple
in-
people.
I don't
multiple
even go and
channels.
look for that like kind of thing on Instagram, but like I still see Tokyo Revengers stuff. Like I'll
Yeah.
be scrolling through like recommended stuff.
I've seen so many
And I'll
manga
just be there,
panels
like,
of
what
it.
the heck?
Like,
Yeah.
like people are
I
like,
haven't seen that.
it's one of the anime where like
Mhm.
you know it's super popular because people are like they
Yeah.
want to get ahead and they start reading the manga.
Yeah.
One of
It's
our
an-
I'm
friends did
tempted
it,
to whenever
Albert.
I catch
It's
whenever
an-
the anime finishes.
yeah.
I'm probably gonna read the manga.
I mean, there's
Exactly.
another thing, and I'll talk about it when we get to like underrated stuff. But like, even like on Twitter, like like most of the people, the things that I see on Twitter, at least on like my like anime like focused account, is is Love Live stuff. But during the spring season, like because normally like during the seasons when shows like start or end or whatever, I typically see like a surge of like non-Love Live things. And Tokyo Revengers is the one I saw the most of. Like I saw fan art and all sorts of
Yeah.
stuff. I didn't see any VV. I didn't see any Odd
Yeah.
Taxi. I didn't see any 2-Year Eternity. Like
Because
what?
like there's so many
like-
good anime this season, and
Yeah.
like almost everything I hear about is like
is
Tokyo
yeah.
Revengers, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
dude, there are a few posts like, oh yeah, guys. Whenever people make posts of
Mhm.
underrated anime, they're like, oh yeah, underrated anime, VV, and they talk about those ones.
yeah.
But like whenever it's just about normal stuff, it's like Tokyo Revengers.
Yeah.
And so, I mean that's really all I have to say about that. I think it's like one of the most popular ones. I'm pretty sure if you go on like my anime list and you look at like the amount of people that are like members in the
Mhm.
for that
Mhm.
season, like Tokyo Revengers is like top 2 probably.
Maybe
You can
you can
look.
checking it.
Yeah, I'm gonna check.
It could also, yeah, I would say maybe.
You can
I
look,
don't.
search up the seasonal anime.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you look
Wait,
at the
okay,
seasonal
so-
tab, like there's it
How
says
do I
like the amount of
see-
members.
So Tokyo Revengers, the first season, whatever the heck it
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
has
There's only one season.
120,000 people.
How many?
120,000.
1,000. That's a lot.
Yeah, and
And
I
how much for
know
the
that-
others? You need to compare.
Yeah, I
So let's see.
Like
Oh.
VV or 86, because I think 86 is like one of the most popular also.
yeah. I guess I'm just talking about like the voices of the like people, what people are talking about on
Mhm.
Instagram. Like it is all about freaking.
I have
Tokyo.
seen a lot of Tokyo Revengers stuff on there.
And like
I think it's
86
more of a
maybe- I do hear
popularity thing
people
than a
say-
rating thing, though.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's. I personally think it's overrated, but like I can see why some people like it. I guess, but,
80,
I personally think it's overrated
86
over-
has 105,000.
so it has more than 80.
hmm
I
And
think
I-
it's like
I
way
know
too
VB's
popular though for like what it is, because there's so many better like anime this season, and it's just like the top
Yeah.
thing.
VV only has a 90,000.
Yeah, it's like 50% more
Mhm.
popular than VV, and it's like I think it's nowhere near as good as VV.
I think it's hard to
in my
say
opinion.
like, oh, this one is objectively better than
Yeah,
the
yeah,
other one.
I know.
Oh, yeah,
But,
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, in your opinion, you think that like Tokyo Revengers isn't as popular as you like it. Like,
No, I think Tokyo Revengers
It's
should
too
not be as popular as it is.
yeah, I know.
Because,
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah. Well, you said it the other way. Like it's as popular as it should be, but
Whatever, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
that's my take. But
I mean,
yeah,
I
so
agree.
I think it's over.
I guess I can
overrated.
probably start with.
Because like I've seen like a lot of people talking about
Mhm.
all the other seasonals and like they often rate VV and 86 like higher than Tokyo Revengers. It's that Tokyo Revengers is like the most popular one.
Yeah, it's definitely overpopular.
I mean, I guess I can
No doubt
lead
about
into
that.
like unpopular or sorry, underpopular, underrated, whatever.
Yeah, underrated.
I think like kind of connecting to that. I think Vivi is way underpopular. Underrated
had
not
that on
so
my
much because like I
list.
see people like I think it's rated pretty fairly. People tend to agree that it's like really good.
Yeah,
So it's rated pretty highly. But I see hardly anything of Vivi online. I see no one talking about it anywhere. Like I see things of Odd Taxi, To Your Eternity, Tokyo Revengers 86, all that. But out of the entire anime of the spring season, I saw one person say anything about Vivi when I went to
Oh.
when I was just scrolling through stuff. I saw one person, and it was somebody I followed. Like I saw people all the time talking about it. But the only time that I ever actually found multiple people talking about it is when I went and actually actively looked.
The only thing I can really say is that like I don't really see Vivi that much on social media, but like yeah.
I think
It's mostly like I think it might also have to do with like the fact that like a lot of the shows are new. I don't see like a lot of like people talking about like I've never seen an Odd Taxi post ever.
I've
never
seen more.
seen, like-
I've seen more.
I've
Odd
only ever
Taxi
seen it
posts
like
than
when
I've
people are
seen
like
Vivi.
listing like the top 10 seasonals of like the season or whatever. Like top
we've
10
said
shows of the
before,
season.
I think it also kind of has to do with like the story and like not a lot of people post about Steins Gate or something just
Mhm.
because it's a short. I don't know. Like there's some that are just easier to post about and like
Mhm.
talk about,
Mhm.
and Vivi's just kind of like it's there at the beginning.
I've
and
seen
then
like a few posts every once in a while showing like the crazy animation and stuff with Vivi.
That's really all they talk about.
I don't even
Not really
see
the good
that. Like
story.
I'll be scrolling through like multiple. Like I
Yeah,
have two.
I
Like,
mean I've
main
followed a lot
Twitter-
of like anime accounts
Yeah,
on
I do.
Instagram, and I see like a lot of like
I do on
animation stuff with Vivi.
Mhm.
But it's usually mostly just Tokyo Revengers or 86.
Yeah.
And like never Odd Taxi and like a little bit of Vivi, but not that
Mhm.
much.
Yeah, like I think Vivi's rated fairly. I just don't think it's anywhere near as popular as.
I
It's
agree,
like-
that should be more popular.
I don't think
Yeah.
it should be like crazy more
I think
popular
it should
because like
be,
there are
like
some
I
other
don't maybe
good
not like a
shows.
crazy amount, but like I definitely think it should be way more popular than
Yeah,
like because like
I would.
mean
I would like it if more people like
yeah
knew
'cause,
about
like,
it and stuff.
there's like a serious lack of like good Vivi art and like good stuff about it because like the show is like really good. Like the music was great, animation was great. I mean it's Wit Studios, so obviously like there was some like but then you look on social media and you'll find like two people talking about it. And it's like
Mhm.
it's kind of sad.
I agree with that. That's based. Based.
Mm-hmm.
What you got?
Right. Okay, I just talked about this one. Taxi, I think, is like the most underrated anime from spring season.
All right, Giguk. So what do you have to say about
When
it?
yeah, honestly, I feel like that's about to change because Giguk made a post
Yeah.
about it and
Yeah,
like
maybe.
everybody knows about it. Like
Mhm.
Yeah.
I can already like feel that like
Oh,
it's
how
kind
the
of-
turns have
yeah,
tabled.
everybody-
It's gonna become the Parasite where everyone's talking about how underrated it is.
yeah, like
Even though it's
becomes
actually a good
popular
show.
by everybody
Mhm.
saying how underrated it is. I feel
Yeah.
like that's about to happen, but at this moment, it's
But like currently, I see nothing about it. So like,
yeah.
yeah.
Yes, but dude, I just wait like a month once everybody has actually like seen it, and they're like,
Yeah.
okay,
The
wait a
taxi
second.
is no longer odd.
It's actually really good.
It's not odd. It's normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree right now though, but like I said, it's just a weird
Yeah.
time.
It's just like currently, I think it's the most underrated one, which is probably why Giga chose to make a video about it because
Yeah.
he wants to hype it up more.
Yeah,
Um,
and now it's gonna. Psh,
I mean, I agree. Like, I haven't seen it, and I do agree that it is, under popular. I don't know about underrated because the people that have
everyone
rated
who's seen it
are, like,
agrees
really
that it's like
good, yeah.
super good. It's like really good. Like,
So like, I agree with
Yeah.
under popular for sure.
It's
Like,
so
and
unique.
I've been meaning to watch it, but I think another problem that I think I have like the same problem a lot of people do is they see it and they don't want to watch it for like whether it be because like they're all animals or because it's like a little more serious than most other anime. So I guess that's also probably a reason why it is.
I think most
not
people
as
go into
popular,
it like
so-
see the animals and they think it's
Yeah,
like,
I
kind of
think
weird.
they think it's gonna be
but then
like.
like they realize, oh wait, it's way more serious than I
I
expected.
think
it to
I
be.
think it's also because like people see it and they're like it's animal, so it's probably gonna be
mean-
like cheesy, kind of fun, whatever. And then they get into it like, well,
Yeah.
now I have crippling depression.
Yeah.
Well, you don't get that. But sure.
But like if you think, I don't know, maybe I've been tamed a little like
Mhm.
with like animal weirdness because I've seen Beastar season 1 and Beastars has really weird moments when it comes
Yeah.
to the animals. There are some pretty infamous scenes that are like pretty
Yeah.
sexual.
Yeah, and
with
Odd
the
Taxi has none
animals.
of that. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Odd Taxi's not like that at all. So when I went into Odd Taxi, I was just like, Odd Taxi is Odd Taxi. It's like
Yeah.
it is what it is. I didn't really think like, oh, animals weird.
and I
But
kind of like. I can
do
understand why
feel-
people would find it weird, but I kind of like the art style just because like it's
Yeah.
unique. It's
Yeah.
colorful and nice to look at.
But yeah, I mean, I agree with you.
I agree. It is definitely underpopular. Underrated,
Mhm.
probably not, because everybody that has rated it highlight.
Most of these are gonna be like popular.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess I got another one. For underrated. Okay. This is it's funny because underrated could also just be another way of saying like ones that we really like that we like want other people to
Yeah,
watch.
please
Yeah.
watch. Yeah.
Like, okay, guys, you have to watch this now. No, I'm just kidding. But I
You're
legitimately
required to watch every underrated anime here.
Yeah,
Yep,
I
you have to.
legitimately
And then
think
come
this
report
is,
back to us.
I legitimately think this is underrated. Hajime no Ippo. I mean,
You mean Ashita no Joe? It's better.
I know. Yeah, people be memeing about
That's
that.
even more underrated.
Yeah, it is probably.
Well,
Well, under
Less
popular,
people talking about it.
but it is like a super like to the book shonen, but it's about
Yeah.
boxing. But at the
I can
same
tell it's
time,
gonna get more popular though, because because we got into it because of Crunchyroll.
Yeah, but it's
Did
still
they
like
start, they started
the
promoting.
thing is, it was like
Yeah.
a little surge, but I don't think it's gonna get any like bigger.
big, yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
like
true.
I thought it was. I was hoping, but it's been like 5 months or something, and since it's come out on
Maybe if
Crunchyroll.
if Mappa had like on their event had done like a surprise like, oh, we're doing whatever, maybe
That's
it
what I
would
was
have like
hoping for so much,
skyrocketed, but they didn't do
because
it. so-
Mappa and Madhouse worked together on the most recent season
Mhm.
in 2013,
Yeah.
and I thought that they would say that the next season's coming out because the gaps in the seasons are so freaking long. So
Yeah.
it's just the first season is really old. It's like 2002 or something, and so it's hard to get into. That's one of the reasons. But it's on Crunchyroll now, so for anybody who
Mhm.
wants to check it out, into like a motivating, super motivating, badass boxing anime, I think it's super underpopular.
Nice.
Not
Yeah.
not receiving that attention it deserves.
It's because it's an old anime, and a lot of people don't
Mhm.
want to watch old stuff.
And I do see very
Yeah.
occasional posts about it on like anime people's stories or something, like super cultured ones.
Go watch.
Yeah, like
Hajime
people who
no
watch like a
Ippo.
lot of anime know about
Yeah,
it.
like there's a few like cool Instagram channels I see. Like,
Yeah.
yo, Hajime's did. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you
good.
better. You better
I'm
say
like,
that.
I'm like
You
so
do
happy
it.
when I see those because I'm like, yeah, it's like super under base
Mhm.
take, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my
It
opinion.
is what it is.
The case
So-
with a lot of old anime, I guess.
Mhm.
Yeah, loses to the time.
Yeah.
But I mean, the most recent season, 2013. That's newer than Hunter x Hunter, 2011.
Yeah, but
And
like
it's
that's
by
not
Madhouse.
that's not the first season though. That's like the latest season.
True.
If it started in 2013, it'd be more popular.
Yeah.
Oh my god, if they like
Like
redid
JoJo
it-
started in
redid it, just
2012.
went again.
Yeah, if they did like a Hajime remake or like just oh my god, it would be so popular.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be really popular.
Only
Man,
thing is
makes
the
me
animation.
cry. Never gonna.
Only thing is the animation isn't bad for the times. Like
Yeah, it's pretty solid. for
it's
the
actually
time.
pretty good animation for the time, so they can't really do a remake, at least not anytime soon. If considering like,
Yeah, it doesn't mean they can't do a remake.
I mean they can't do, but like
no. Okay,
there's less of a reason to.
season 1 actually like it has good animation when you see it because you
Mhm.
expect old anime.
Great
You expect bad
animation.
animation. No, you expect bad animation because it's an old anime, right?
Yeah.
But then like once you get to season 2, which is 2007, and season
Mhm.
3, which is 2013, the animation gets way better, like modern
Mhm.
anime. And when I looked back at the beginning of season 1,
Yeah.
it's pretty noticeable like that it's not like
Yeah.
the best.
Mhm.
But for
I
an
mean,
old
I've seen
anime,
like some of
it's
the
good.
later clips from Hajime and like compared it to like what I'm watching now, and it's like different.
It's way like
Yeah.
significantly different. Season 2 and 3 are significant.
Yeah, I feel like if they are gonna remake it, it's gonna be like a long time from now because like
Yeah.
it's too recent.
Unfortunately, so but yeah, y'all check it out. Hajime no
Mhm.
That's one of my
You got
So I guess one that's been on the table the whole time, Land of the
Yo.
Lustrous.
this thing.
Yeah. So I think Land of
The
the
Rock
Lustrous
Girls.
is both underrated and underpopular. Because like I guess it's not an old anime. Like I think it was like 20 like it was in the last decade, I'm pretty sure. Like 2016. But like no one talks about it, and like the people like I see a lot of people rating it poorly because like they're like, oh, I don't like CGI only anime, Berserk like scarred me for life. But like it is really like genuinely like the CGI is actually like really good, and it's a
Mhm.
really enjoyable anime because like it starts off at first you're like, oh, it's just gonna be a silly rock anime, but then like
Silly rocket.
as you watch and like sadly the anime didn't continue. I wish there was a second season because it does get better. But like
When
you
did
start
season 1 come out?
I have no sometime like probably I'm pretty sure it was in the last decade. I think like, maybe 2016. Whatever it
Oh.
was, like I mean, you watch it and you realize like, oh crap, this is getting darker and like actually like really good.
Mhm.
Surprised you
Yeah,
liked it then. Darker.
What?
I thought you didn't like it. a
No,
lot
I
of
don't
the
mind if
darker
something's
stuff.
Attack on Titan
dark.
season 4.
That one's garbage, okay? But anyway, back to Land of Lost, like you don't see like I don't see anybody talking about it, and
Yeah.
you know like people like I see like rate it low purely because of the fact that like they think it's gonna be bad because of CGI. Like they watch like 2 or 3 episodes and they're like, oh, I don't like CGI, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
it's bad. But like
I don't really hear that much about it, so
Yeah.
I agree. It's
it's
like
way under
it's definitely like way underpopular.
yeah, like I
Um,
think like the art style in the book, like if you like look at it, like it's kind of weird. Like it doesn't like really
Mhm.
look like too like
It just
whatever.
looks like character designs and everything.
Yeah.
And CGI just looks so weird to people.
Yeah,
that
people
don't
just
get
like
into
they're
it.
turned away by it. But like if you like watch it, like it's genuinely like really good and it's really
A few
enjoyable.
people, like I've only seen like a post about it, like a couple times maybe from like some like people who like are super into anime or manga.
Yeah.
And like they basically know some like super niche ones and like
Yeah.
they've talked about it before and they said it's like really good.
Because like the CGI is like really good. Like who like I
Yeah.
forget what studio made it.
I think it's really
really
underpopular, but I think it's not necessarily overrated. I mean underrated because like it's everyone who out of like the 3 people who've seen it have said that like it's like really good.
Well, I mean I think it's underrated because like you know like the people that have legitimately watched it and read it like they all think it's really good, but then the people that want to watch it and then they see that it's CGI and whatnot, they're just kind of like, ew.
They don't give it a
And
chance.
then yeah, they
I
don't give
see.
it a chance. They don't really like, so they just kind of like yeah, it's like a 5, whatever. It's CGI.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Yeah, I see where you're coming from.
that's all
definitely.
I've got for that.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Okay, you brought up another old one last time. Bringing up an even older one.
Ashton no Joe.
Not that old.
Yu Hakusho.
Yu Hakusho, yeah.
Overrated. Get that out of
okay.
here.
Yeah.
Underrated.
Yeah, well, underpopular mostly. Well, I think it's kind of overrated and underpopular.
I think it's I don't really think it's that underrated because I see a decent amount of stuff about it.
You said it was overrated.
I only see like, I mean, like,
I've seen some posts. on
I've seen a
social
decent amount of
media about it,
things
though.
from like this one person on Instagram who talks about it a lot, but I don't really see it that often, like from like different people.
It's not okay. Maybe it's a little underpopular, but like I've seen a decent amount of stuff. Like I've heard like I knew about it before you've.
I've
Like,
seen
well
more.
before you've seen.
I've
it.
seen
Yeah,
more
I
Yu
mean, I
Yu
knew about it before I
Hakusho stuff than
saw it
I've
too,
seen of
but, yeah.
Vivi.
Huh?
I've seen more Yu Yu Hakusho stuff than I've seen of Vivi, which I
Yeah,
think is
yeah,
kind of
it's
Oh
sad.
yeah, I mean, it used to be like super popular in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
past,
yeah.
but like, it just over time it just become way less
I
popular.
mean, I think that's also just like because it's so old, like
yeah.
which is understandable. Like that's gonna happen. Like initial D is nowhere near as popular as it was.
Yeah.
Yep. Stuff come and go. So
Yeah.
I've seen like
I think it's mainly just because Hunter x Hunter is like after it, and a
Mhm.
lot of people talk about that. So
Mhm.
yes, compared to Hunter x Hunter, people are talking about like all Hunter x Hunter and like barely Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think.
And then
people
Yu Yu
still
Hakusho
get-
fans get like, I mean, like I'm a fan of both, but like some Yu Yu Hakusho fans get like super salty about the fact that Hunter x Hunter is way more popular because they think Yu Yu Hakusho is like way better. And like they turn on hating on Hunter x Hunter, which like overrating Yu Yu Hakusho, and just I don't like that whole community.
Okay, well
I-
at least Hunter x Hunter is better than Naruto.
I think I think it's a little under popular. Than
I think it's like pretty underpopular, but also like pretty overrated by like
yeah.
some parts of the fan base.
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Understandable.
I can see
for
that.
sure.
Yeah.
Because like some of the fans can be pretty toxic.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That was definitely. Let's see. Okay, I have like, but like,
Mhm.
I think they're pretty good. I think these ones are pretty underrated. I'll go with one that I think is a good one. Backstreet Girls. Backstreet Girls Goku dolls. That one, dude. That one is so underrated. As in like,
him out of
as in like, it's on Netflix. It's like, isn't it a Netflix only? I think.
I think so. I'm not
Um,
sure.
Now maybe it could be like a lot of people watch it on Netflix, but at the same time, like the anime community like doesn't talk about it. You know, maybe a lot of normies.
Yeah,
just
there's not really
stream it.
anything to talk about.
It is a really weird thing to get into because it's like a bunch of Yakuza guys that change genders into these idols. They go to
They do.
Yeah, like as like a
Thailand.
punishment.
like
they
their
have to
punishment
get like
for
a sex
messing up or
change in
something,
Thailand,
yeah.
and
Yeah. and
Become idols.
and become idols. But dude, it is such a good comedy. The animation is pretty garbage. It's very similar to
Way of
the
the House
recent one,
Husband?
Way of the
The
House
way of the
Husband,
house husband. Yeah.
where it's like kind of like it's like a visual manga basically.
I think the animation's a bit better than that.
Oh
But
yeah, it is. It's definitely better, but like it's still not really that good at all because it's JC
Yeah.
staff. But
Mhm.
it is so funny. Like oh my gosh, I still think it's one of my favorite like comedy.
Oh,
Anime,
really?
And like nobody talks about it.
I mean, I guess. I mean, like, there's not really anything to talk about, and like, I don't think it was like that funny.
Mhm.
I thought it was kind of funny, but like,
Yeah,
kind of
nothing
like Connoisseur
special.
level funny.
Okay, yeah. Personally, I think it's underrated because I really enjoyed it, and I found the comedy better than a lot of other ones that I've seen,
Hmm.
and like mainly with consistency
It is
too.
not really that
Yeah.
popular, so it makes sense.
Yeah, it's not pop. Nobody ever talks about it. It's like super wacky. So
Mhm.
I think that one's a little bit.
Makes sense.
Although I do feel like since it's on Netflix, there could be like more people than we know
Yeah,
who have seen it and just don't
that's what I
talk
was
about
kind
it.
of saying in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like the anime
Yeah.
community may not talk about a lot, but a lot of like people just happen to see it because it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like there's a
But
lot
we'll
of
never know.
Netflix shows that are really
When it
popular.
comes to like the community though, like yeah, they're never talking about it.
Mhm. Anyways, I guess I can move.
Mhm.
So one that I know you're probably gonna disagree,
Oh no.
but like in terms of popularity, no, it is definitely not underpopular because it is
boy.
literally the most popular of its kind.
Love Live.
But Love Live, I think, is severely like, maybe not severely, but I think it's definitely
Severe.
underrated.
Number one
Under
anime.
popularity,
Number one.
no, it is
Number
literally, it's
one.
like it's easily like the most popular idol franchise in the world. But like, so like under popular, no,
What
not at
about
all.
Idol Masters though?
But
What
Idol
the
Master's
flip,
number
man?
2.
Number 2.
But like,
What's number 3?
I think it's like what? Probably Bandori, I would assume.
Oh, okay.
Bang Dream Girls Band Party of
Oh
whatever the
yeah,
heck
that
it
one.
is.
I know
don't
which one you're talking.
Yeah,
I know that.
whatever
That
it
one's
is.
weird.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But like what it is, I think it's really underrated because like the people that are big fans of it, like me or whatever, like I mean we tend to like most people probably rate it like 8. I mean maybe some people might like I don't think it's a 10, but like there might be some people that do. But like then you have other people that like they watch it and then they rate it like really low because they're like I don't like they're like this is like what is this? They're like I don't like idols, and so like I
Yeah.
see a lot of people like that like they hate on Love Live just because they think it looks stupid and they're like who like nobody cares, it's just like whatever.
Oh yeah, that's just a hating on it. That's not like rating.
Well,
it
no,
from
but
people
like
who
I
actually
see them
seen
rate it too. Like I see people like all the time, like on like especially on Twitter because that's like where I follow the most like Love Live stuff.
Mhm.
Like I see like people like in the community like retweeting and like I've gone to search too, but there are a lot of people that like on Twitter that like they like give their ratings and they give Love Live like like a 6 or something because they're like this just is like bad, this is garbage. And like I'll admit,
Yeah.
sure the CGI is kind of funky, but like the story is enjoyable. There's like the characters all have different personalities. They're all enjoyable. The music is pretty good. Like so like like I see a lot of people like rating it poorly just because they don't like the way it looks. They don't like the idea of it. So
I mean, well, I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's really overrated just because like it
no, I
is a
don't think
pre-
it's overrated at all. I
I mean,
think it's
underrated, yeah. But, like
I think it's I think
don't
it
think it's
deserves all the
underrated.
popularity it has.
because like it's not really a popular genre. Like it's a pretty niche genre. I mean, it's popular within the genre, but it's a
Yeah.
niche genre.
I mean, it may be niche,
Stay
but
near
like
the niche
I
category.
do think it's still
just kidding.
underrated because of the people that try to get into it and then end up hating it. So they're just like, this is like a 5 or a 6. Because like they think they'll
5
like
out
it,
of
and then
6?
I've seen people rate
5
it like
out
a,
of
no
6.
5 out of 10,
6.
5 out of 10. Like
5
they
out of
rate it
6,
a
dude, that's
5
pretty
or
good.
a 6. But like they're like I don't know, because like most people like that watch it and enjoy it will rate it like an 8 to a 10 more than like. Then the other people that end up like not liking it will rate it poorly because it's just not their thing.
And it's because it's
Like-
popular and like not and idols isn't
like
everyone's
like
thing.
he
Yeah.
said, like yeah, the thing that awes me is like if it I guess the only people that rate it like really bad like that are the people that like
They
don't
don't
they
like,
they
yeah.
they
They're, like,
just
har-
want
it's
to
mostly like
watch
hardcore
shows.
like shonen stuff.
No,
and-
they just want to watch shows and they don't watch a lot of stuff for enjoyment. They're just watching it to complete it
to
or
complete
just
it, yeah, and then they just give it a rating.
just to keep watching anime because
Mm.
or just to force
Yeah.
yourself into variety because you know exactly what you're getting into. It's called Love Live
Yeah.
Idol School Project, right, or something like that.
Like it's ranked almost to 7. Like it's a 7.4, and I think that's
So
way
like
too
you
low.
know exactly what you're getting into. So I
I mean,
mean,
that's another reason I think
know-
it. That's another reason
I
that
know
I
what to
think it's
say.
underrated because people get into it. No, they obviously it's pretty. You're not going into it thinking it's gonna be a shonen. You don't do that. Like you go into it knowing what you're getting into, and you still rate it poorly because of it. So
I
like
mean,
it's kind of stupid.
It's kind of hit or miss for a lot of people, so I
Yeah.
can understand why it's not really rated super highly.
I think it deserves all the popularity.
yeah,
I think it's
it has a
underrated.
group of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm done with that though.
I guess one I'd have to bring up is you brought it up earlier, One with the Wind. That's
Yeah,
one
yeah,
that's
that
kind of
one.
underrated.
I mean,
Um,
I think that's kind of
literally
Haikyuu's fault though.
nobody talks about it.
Yeah.
yeah, I've seen like
Nobody.
maybe like one post on Instagram, maybe, but like that's it.
It came like
Like
it came out like Haikyuu
27.
is still ongoing, but it came out after the start of Haikyuu,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
and its animation is really spot on. It's just like you said, it's not as much shonen.
It's a more like
formula.
a serious sign-in topic. Like,
Yeah, but it has like a good beginning, middle, and end in my opinion.
Mhm.
Just throughout like a solid story.
hmm
Yeah, it's personally like a favorite of mine.
it just always gets overshadowed by Haikyuu and Croak in a Basket.
Mhm.
That one is so under. I mean, its rating is actually pretty good,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
rated well, just not
but
that
its
popular.
popularity is freaking down the gutter. And like, compare that shit to Haikyuu, you know where it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess volleyball is better than I. It surprised me too.
Volleyball is
old
just like more
volleyball.
exciting than running.
Yeah,
I mean, like
because running is
if you
more
just
of a,
think about it in your head, like what would be more interesting to watch, volleyball or just like someone like running?
yeah.
Like,
It's more of a personal journey that you
Yeah.
do yourself, that you experience yourself. But that's also what kind of makes it unique too, because it delves into that stuff, like you
Mhm.
know,
mm,
like what does it mean to run or stuff like.
Yeah.
Do I like running? You know, like they say it at the beginning, and like
Well,
towards
do
the
you?
end, and like
Do you like running?
yeah, yeah. It's one of those more philosophical ones, and it's really good.
Mm.
It really makes you like get the feels a lot too,
As you're running, it just like fades, and you're just like, "Am I
dude.
doing this?" Oh,
No, it has so much feels. It's really good. It's
what
really
is the meaning of running?
and it's really cool because I looked it up and like it was a story like from a book, like not a manga, like a
it was like a literal book,
Yeah.
and then it became like a light novel, and then a
The-
movie.
I don't know about light novel maybe, but yeah, there was a movie about it either in the 90s or early 2000s
I'm pretty sure it was like
from Japan.
it was like a book, and then like a movie, and there was also like a light novel, and then there was like an anime.
Yeah.
And then there was a
And
manga,
apparently the
and then there
movie-
was like
and
an
apparently
OVA
the movie
spin-off.
it's not an anime movie, it's like a legitimate movie but
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
Japan, and like apparently the movie's like really good too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
And I like thought of watching it like in sub, just to see because like I really like the show and like it's just a really interesting story. It's like seeing the progression and development of all the characters.
yeah,
But yeah, that was a good one.
and I definitely feel like the anime made like the series more popular, and like more people like
Yeah,
got into
and
it because
still
of the
Yeah.
anime.
and
But like
still
the
not
anime
even.
itself is not really that popular either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the adaptation was really good, but it
Yeah.
still didn't really like hit super hard.
I feel like it's
Mhm.
one of those things that's like bigger in Japan than it is us, because like
Yeah.
Gotta be.
I feel like it's
Oh.
like a popular book and popular movie in Japan. So
Yeah, just like story. But yeah, that's a good one. Let's see. Um, I I'll just bring this one up really quick.
Nice.
Because like I already talked about it with Demon Slayer, but like Vinland Song I think was a little overshadowed. I think it's just a little under popular because like it's rated highly and like it is actually pretty popular,
Mhm.
but I think it was like a little buffered
Yeah,
down because
overshadowed.
of Demon Slayer.
yeah,
but-
like Doctor Stone, Promised Neverland, Demon Slayer, and Fire
Yeah,
Force,
a
and
lot of
all that,
2019.
all coming at the same
Yeah.
time.
But I've got a way better one that I think is like super underrated. Or not super underrated, but like
Mhm.
definitely underpopular. Actually, maybe not as much, but it's
Mhm.
died down a lot. I'll just bring it up. Great Pretender.
Oh yeah,
Like it was actually talked about a decent amount during its like second season and stuff.
Mhm.
But it was really good. I mean, like
I'm kind of conflicted on that because I mean like I know it's like one of the less popular shows, but like I didn't really think it was that good.
Yeah.
oh really? Well, I thought it was good, and it's like super unique.
I like the
I mean,
animation, and I like
the
the music
OST, yeah,
music and
the
animation,
music
and
and
like
animation are like super unique,
yeah.
which is just like another reason, another reason to watch it.
I
You know?
really like the style and everything. It just I don't know. I
Yeah.
just didn't like
It was
the way
just
the
kind of
plot
like
went. Like
Yeah, the plot did kind of not go as good as a lot of people wanted it to be, especially the
yeah,
end. But
yeah.
but I'd still say it's worth
unfortunate.
bringing up because I think it's a
Mm.
little unpopular.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't think it's underrated,
It's
but
kind of
it's
like came
definitely.
and went, in my opinion,
Yeah.
a little quick.
I think it's kind of like the people who've talked about it, that have seen it. It makes me think it's kind of overrated.
Mhm.
But like it is under popular, kind of.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, yeah, that's my.
because like a lot of people who say it's like who've watched it said it's like really
Mhm.
good and said it's like
Yeah.
way better than I think it is. My
Mhm. I guess my next one of my last. I don't want to keep going. I have too many on. But
I can go on
um,
forever.
so no, no,
we
no.
got a
So
couple
one that I
left.
think it was one of the first like anime that I actually like completed. And that I mean that's New Game, and I think it's both underrated and underpopular because it was. I mean, it's a slice of life, so yeah, it's not gonna be as popular as like Shonen, but it was genuinely really fun to watch, and it was like it was really chill and it was enjoyable, and sure it's like a bunch of whatever girls doing game design stuff, but I mean it was still really fun to watch and it was enjoyable, and I don't think there was a single moment where I was like this is bad. Like there like the whole time I was like this is pretty good, like I enjoy this. um but like even though like I think maybe 2018 was when the last episode was. I don't remember. No, 2018 is when I don't know, whatever it was. Even then, like I didn't see anybody talking about it. Like I still don't see people talking about it anywhere as near as much. Um, and like on my anime list, like it's a 7.5, so it's pretty high because considering how many people are like there. But I still think it should be higher. Like in my opinion, like it's like a high like 8. Like it was really enjoyable for a slice of life, and like it wasn't boring like most slice of life are. Like there was stuff that actually like happened. There were funny moments. Like there's straight up airsoft. Like cause why not?
Oh,
Yeah,
Um.
I mean I haven't seen
So
it, but from what I've heard about it, I don't think it's like really underrated, really.
I mean, I
Um,
think it's pretty
because
underrated
like
and
there are a lot of
underpopular.
slice of life that I mean like even stuff that I've seen that
Mhm.
like are slice of life that aren't really like boring and like are pretty enjoyable all the way
Yeah.
through, but they're not anything like crazy, nothing like crazy special, and it's still like
Mhm.
rated them like 7 or
Yeah. I
something.
mean, to me, like New Game just stands out more than like others. Like Kobe, it's at like Kobayashi like levels of standing out. Like Dragon Maid is really enjoyable. It's really good. Like I mean, I think Dragon Maid is pretty popular. You probably
Yeah,
agree,
it's
but
definitely.
like
very popular.
It's
yeah.
like one of the
Yes,
most
it's
popular
But
like
way
like
more
sequels
popular
I
of right
than
like
now.
to me, New Game stands out just as much as Dragon Maid does. And there's very few slice of life that I've seen that like really say that. Like I've seen a lot of slice of life and they're enjoyable and whatnot, but like New Game and Dragon Maid especially like stand out to me. So as like being like some of the best.
Mhm.
From what I've seen. Yeah, I don't know because I haven't seen any of the anime, but from just the
Yeah.
looks of it, it doesn't like look super unique to me. But
I mean,
I can't like say
the art style
definitively like.
isn't like super like unique, but like the characters are all fun. The music is nice. Whatever. I mean, it's like just base. It's like slice of life stuff though. So it's not like
Yeah, that's what
crazy
I'm
like
saying.
I
action
feel like
music.
if it's just all
That's what.
around nice or like enjoyable or whatever,
Yeah.
it's like 7 or 8 maybe. But like
Yeah,
I
then
wouldn't
like
rate it like super highly.
I think it's just better well done. Like it was directed well, and it looks a lot cleaner than a lot.
Hmm.
okay.
So
I
All
see.
right.
Yeah.
yeah,
Um,
I'm not. Yeah.
this next one, I have a couple left, but I'm just gonna do them both at the same time. Was I just
That's
do
fine.
one really short.
Yeah.
Um, Fire Punch. It's not an anime, but it's a manga,
Oh my.
and I think it's both
Oh my
underrated and
goodness.
Oh no.
underpopular. Um, I mean, I can see why because like it's really out there. It's really different. It's really weird.
Mhm.
Like even more so than Chainsaw Man. Like
Think-
Chainsaw
Yeah,
Man
yeah,
has
yeah,
much
yeah,
more
yeah, yeah,
mainstream
yeah,
appeal than
yeah,
Fire
yeah,
Punch
yeah.
does.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But yeah, Fire Punch is like really crazy. It's really good. It's like like a solid 9 out of 10 for me. But like I think on my anime list, it's like what is it? Fire Punch.
Uh,
It's
And
like really low for
and the
like what it is.
thing about that is like not many manga become
No, that's
popular anyway until they're an anime.
Yeah.
So like even stuff like Spike's Family, which is like gotten some
Spike's Family is
renown
more
and stuff
popular,
like that.
sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like even that, like it doesn't really hit anywhere near like seasonal anime or anything like that.
Yeah, I
You
know.
know? So like um
I'm just saying,
I
like,
feel like you can't
Fire
like
Punch.
expect too much from like a manga. Like
Fire
really
Punch is so
popular.
underrated that it doesn't even show up on my anime.
You need to search up manga. You're searching up anime art.
Oh,
I am. Fire Punch.
Yeah, but anyway.
Wait, what the heck? I have it says search anime, but like I have manga
It's the
selected.
first one.
That's One Punch Man.
No, had it up there.
I know. I don't know why it
Um,
was like searching anime even though I have manga. It's what am I looking for? It's rated
rating
as
score.
7.6.
Yeah, and
I don't know.
I personally think
about
that's
the story.
a pretty. I
30,000
think that's a really
users.
low rating for like what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that like,
Okay.
I know some people had a problem with the ending, but it wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
And the it's really different. It's really unique. Which could be like why people don't like it as much. But as someone who really likes it, I think it's like really, really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, can't really say too much on that.
Yeah. Last one I want to bring up for underrated is Space Dandy.
I
I
was
had
gonna
that-
say
I
that
had that
too.
on my list.
Yeah.
When we talked about episode 3 being all
Yeah.
funny, I mean, like, come on, Space Dandy. We binged like almost
Haven't
all
heard
of
of
it.
any
halfway
yet.
through.
So
I haven't heard of
good.
it at all until like we just
Yeah.
randomly
I
watched
have heard
it.
of it once from a guy at KSU in my Japanese class.
Oh,
He was like talking about Space Dandy because we're in like a Japanese class and we bring up like anime and he's like, have any of you guys seen Space Dandy? Like, nah. And I just remember being like,
Yeah.
Space Dandy's like pretty lit. It's like, I don't, I really
Not to
like it. It's
brag,
like-
but I binged the whole
and
thing
like
in an
Space Dandy's
hour.
that's
pretty
the
lit.
only. Yeah, he was like kind of
Yeah.
like a just like chill dude. I don't know. That's kind of what I thought of him. But
If you watch this video, we're sorry. Or he's sorry. I don't know who you are.
But we started watching it and it was like, it's hilarious.
It's hilarious. It's definitely underrated.
It's like Cowboy
or
Bebop, but, like
underpopular.
complete meme.
And it's crazy.
Like,
Like
yeah.
I don't know why it wouldn't be more popular because the animation is really good.
The animation is amazing.
It's so funny too.
The first episode, it goes crazy. Like half of the cast dies, like most episodes.
Yeah, like everybody dies in the next episode. They're back like nothing happened.
The
Like,
antagonist ship is the it's
It's
like a
a
ball gag.
It's
a
a
ball gag
Statue of Liberty
Statue of
head.
Liberty.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
And it's funny because like the bad guy, he's in this giant Statue of Liberty head with a ball gag, and he's this giant monkey with like a cucumber as his sidekick.
And for anybody that's seen JoJo, it's the same voice actor as Joseph in part 3, the guy that's like,
Yeah.
oh no. So like
With the
it's a-
gorilla.
yeah.
yeah.
It's like a
Gell.
good voice
Yeah.
actor too. And like I think that most of them have like pretty good voice acting.
Yeah, it was really fun.
And there's like super unique episodes. There's like super abstract ones.
And there's like the zombie one.
The
The
zombie,
one
is
is
great.
easily the best one.
So
It was
yeah,
so good.
there's this hilarious. What episode was it?
Episode 4,
don't
I
know.
think, is
Yeah, it was like one of the earlier ones, but oh my god, it's hilarious. It was like
Cause
because
seeing the cat like in zombie form is
yeah, like
I think he might be sick.
zombies in shows and movies are obviously super common, but this was just like a hilarious take on it. Like past like the beginning was like everybody becomes zombies, and it's like what
Yeah.
happens after that? And it made like
Yeah,
memes like
everyone just
it's-
chill.
And no,
like
it's
no,
it's
there are zombie assassins, and then
Yeah.
the zombie assassins become zombies, and then there's like zombie insurance people that become
yeah.
like
It's it's because like
Oh
it
my
starts
God.
off and like, oh, everybody's gonna die, and then like everybody it just continues. You think it's gonna end, but it just continues. And
Like,
the
everyone's
original
just zombies and
yeah,
just chilling.
the original zombie
They're
that
chilling.
turned the original zombie that turned Meow, which is like the cat, like into one. It's just like, all right, yeah, you can eat low-fat yogurt, and that's how you survive. And
Yeah,
it's-
yeah. It's like okay, low fat yogurt, and they're like,
and then they're just like they learn to live off a diet of yogurt.
and they're just chilling and stuff. It's
It's
just
so
so dumb.
good,
It's so
yeah.
dumb, but it's,
It's
so
dumb,
funny.
but it's so funny.
And I just like love all the characters, especially Meow the cat.
Mhm.
He just like
Dude,
he's just a freeloader who's
Lazy
just
bones.
constantly looking at porn all the time.
absolute lazy bones.
You gotta remember the final episode or one of the final ones where they bring in like all of the different dandies from all different dimensions and stuff.
That
and
one is a
it ends
great
with like the
episode.
one dandy just like, I want to die.
Yeah,
Like it's so all over the place and so crazy and just like so much like, and it even has like some like emotional moments too, like some like feels episodes.
Yeah.
there's some really good episodes. Very
So
episodic,
good.
but just like
Very
you don't know what to
underrated,
expect every
very,
episode. It's great, and it's not really even that much hit or miss. Like I like a majority of them, almost all of them. Or like
Mhm.
I dug, and I was
other than like the ending, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Like the last
ending
like 2
was,
episodes.
meh. Wasn't that? But everything other than the ending, it's still worth the ride. Because it's
Yeah.
not about the ending. It's all about the
It's
random
all about the
comedy stuff.
random garbage that happens in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely underpopular and like even a little underrated too, probably.
hmm
I'd say. Do I have any more? Yeah, I think I have one more that I have
Okay.
that's
Hit us.
it's yeah. It's a more recent one and I think you're going to disagree with
Oh no.
this one.
Yeah,
But,
you better disagree with him.
I mean, cuz you don't I don't think you really like it that much, but you've seen it. Uh Kimono Jihen, I think that one's pretty underrated because
I do disagree with that.
yeah, because
Can we get some like arguments happening here?
yeah, because like I mean, even the manga, like I saw the subreddit for it, and it's
Mhm.
like pretty small, very
Pretty
small.
I mean,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
maybe it's like a
Um,
little bit underpopular because I haven't heard anyone talking about it.
No one talks about
But
it.
like,
No
Absolutely
one
no.
talks.
in terms of ratings, I don't think it's like anything crazy.
I really enjoy it. I
Who
mean,
knows?
it hasn't gotten to like a break point, like no like crazy moment yet.
Mhm.
hmm
But I actually really enjoy the characters, and I just enjoy the chillness of it. Like, it's
Yeah.
one of the few shows that like it feels like it has this big shonen story kind of building up, but they're taking it kind of slow in like a
Mhm.
chill way, and I kind of enjoy it. Like, I
Yeah.
just enjoy all of the characters and just the world and stuff. That like it's very groovy to me. The
Yeah.
opening is like a
Groovy.
freaking banger,
Yeah.
dude.
Isn't it
like
sung
a
by the
salsa
Isn't it
dance.
sung by Jotaro's voice actor?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
yeah, it's so epic, so epic. So Kimono
Pretty
Jihen's
good.
opening is really good.
It's just
But
weird because it didn't feel like anything was really happening in the show.
yeah,
Except for
it
there was like the whole like Spider Force thing, but like
yeah, there was a whole
outside of
Spider-Arc.
that, there wasn't really much going on.
Yeah, there was like a mini
What I've seen.
arc. But like, yeah, nothing huge has happened with the plot.
That's why I'm saying it's not really underrated, like in terms of ratings,
Mhm.
because like I don't think there's been anything that crazy stand out about it yet.
Yeah, I still really enjoy the characters though, and I think it has like so much potential, and I think it's like just worth checking out so much, and like not a lot of people have.
Yeah, it's definitely underpopular.
So popularity wise, yeah, definitely that.
Mhm.
So I think that's my last one.
Yeah.
Does
I
anybody
think
else have any others?
I could go on and on about, but I think I'll.
Yeah, I can go all
Chill
day,
for
but
now.
like,
Yeah,
I mean, we gotta end it at
there's
some
more I
point,
could
you
bring
know.
up, but
You know,
You know,
got like
just chill
20
now.
more on my.
I got like
huge-
100 more. It's fine. We'll just keep going.
Got like
I think we're
hey
Got,
guys,
like,
ever heard of an anime called Hunter x Hunter?
trash. Get it out of here.
Underrated.
Overrated.
What,
Overpopular.
has anybody heard of One Piece? I mean, like, really?
Has anyone heard of Full Metal Brotherhood?
Yeah, like come
One
on, guys.
Piece. More like a.
Yo,
1
have you
out
heard of
10.
Chainsaw Man?
Dude, Chainsaw Man is so underrated.
Anyways, so I think we've all.
We've all talked about it, and I hope you guys enjoyed. This was a pretty chunky episode. I feel like
pretty
it
chunky.
feels pretty long. I
Chunky
don't know how long
like
we've
my
been going.
cat.
Maybe not
He's
too
not
long.
here, but very chunky.
But like there's definitely more. This was very opinionated. I mean,
Very
as you can tell,
opinionated.
we
Yeah.
didn't even agree with like a lot of them, but
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was still cool bringing it up.
Yeah.
Just
I thought-
going over like some things we want more recognition and some things that we think
Yeah.
I thought
aren't
we,
as good as people say
maybe
they are.
have too much recognition.
I thought we hit a lot of the sweet spots. There's some like must says, like in my opinion, like
I think
Chainsaw
most of
Man,
them,
My
I don't really have a
Hero, and,
problem
like,
with them having like too much recognition. It's
Mhm.
more just like, people like being like super into
Yeah.
a show that like I don't think is really that good. Like,
yeah, it's like
Mhm.
what the heck, man?
Yeah.
Gotta be cultured. Gotta be a cultured boy. Watch some other shit, you know.
mhm.
Get on that One Piece, you know.
One
Thank you
out of
very
10.
much. Just like our
Anyways.
friend Christian that gave me that poster. He started watching.
Yeah, he
Berserk,
started.
didn't
No, the crazy
he? Or,
thing
no,
is,
started watching.
What episode?
started
Is it?
watching-
I'm guessing he's already on like episode like 300 or something.
no,
Like,
but no, not that far. But it's crazy how
man
fast
watches
he's gotten.
anime so
Like
fast.
I think a couple of days ago, maybe no, I think it was like yesterday, and then no, it was a couple of days ago probably. He was on like Syrup Village, like he started Syrup Village, which was like Usopp's arc.
That's like 20-ish or something.
That's
Oh,
like
that's not that bad.
10.
Oh yeah.
Wait, that's
And-
like where I am.
Wait, no, that's like Buggy.
Huh?
yeah, that's
That's like
buggy.
the first Buggy
yeah.
encounter.
That's
Syrup
wait,
like
no,
is
maybe-
I've seen
Syrup
that.
is like
yeah.
15 to 20, I think.
Yeah,
It
somewhere around there.
starts 15 to
Yeah,
20.
I was at. Yeah,
I think
was
it's like
at
10
episode
episodes of an
10,
arc.
yeah.
And it's like, wait, no, because
Because-
like Barati starts in episode 20, so
Oh,
like,
and
I
it
think
ends
it's like
in the mid 30s or low 30s or something like that.
it ends like before 30.
All I
no,
know
it
is
ends after.
yeah.
30.
Barati?
I'm sure. Yeah.
I
Because
looked it
I'm-
up recently. I'm pretty sure Arlong starts at like 31 or something.
No shot. Look it up.
We're not looking up now.
We
No.
are fact checking this. When
Oh
what
my
episode does Brody
gosh.
end?
Get
I'm
me
gonna
outta
say
here.
right now, just a guess, episode like 33-ish. It has to be past 30. It has.
Arlong starts 31.
No shot. That's a lie.
Well,
But
as the
it's
One
after
Piece
30
connoisseur-
anyway, so it's still after 30.
Yeah, get
He
wrecked.
said
nerd.
mid-30s though.
I know, but still.
31
we're
is
both
in the
wrong.
middle.
But like the
30.
thing is, okay, so Christian watched all of Syrup Village, all of Brody, all of Arlong, and then he like finished East Blue. So like he's already going on to Alabasta. He's seen like 25 episodes in a day.
Well, I mean, he still has to get through the whole Drum Island. I mean, that's like part of Alabasta, but
Yeah,
still,
yeah.
like it's
Yeah,
different.
he's on the Alabasta saga. is what I
and
mean.
then the whale thing.
Yeah, he's on the Alabasta saga.
Calm
Yeah,
down,
yeah,
my
he's on
guys.
the
There's other shows to watch that are
yeah,
more
like One Piece,
interesting.
like all the freaking all those islands.
It's
Like, the
crazy
stories.
because like he
Just
seems
go,
more
like-
into One Piece right now than I am, like than I was at the time. Like
That's cool. Yeah.
Like-
That's great. I mean, yeah, I think that's good then. Good sign for him, you know. Good One Piece fan. He's
Christian, if
gonna
you're,
get
if you're listening to
through
this,
all
keep
the way.
watching One Piece.
Please don't get into One Piece. I'm lonely.
It's already too late.
No,
I
you
mean,
need to join us.
No, I
If
don't
you
want to.
If you're
finish-
lonely, join us.
If you
No,
finish,
I don't.
listen, if you finish
I
East
don't want
Blue and
to.
like dig it, like it gets so good, like so much
Like
better.
it's crazy
Dude.
because he liked East Blue so much, and then like it gets way better from there.
I mean, so did I. By the time I finished Barati, I was like, this is an amazing arc, like because it was like really emotional. towards
He
the
said he
end.
was like fully hooked at Brody, and then like he watched Arlong, and he's like, okay, now I'm really fully hooked because like he was like super into that too.
Yeah, I still personally actually liked a few moments of Barati more. in my
Yeah,
opinion,
yeah.
like very end like that. But okay, yeah,
Anyway.
One Piece.
This
talk-
evolved
have
into,
that
like, the One Piece
Anyways,
discussion.
yeah, because we now know that One
discussion of
Piece
the
is
week,
bad.
You know,
Um.
I'm talking about One Piece at least one point in our pod. You know, every time.
One Piece is like
Oh, stop. Okay. Anyways,
Hello,
if you've
hello,
enjoyed,
One Piece was
if
Zoro.
you've enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. And of course, if you're on Spotify, check out YouTube.
Zoro
and
can
vice
one
versa.
shot go.
We're not talking about
yeah,
Goku.
that.
Yeah,
Comment down
Goku-
below
I
if
was
you
about to say
think you're
Gojo.
done with their
Huh?
garbage.
Gojo and Goku will get destroyed by Zoro.
in one shot them
Zoro
both.
will
No,
1v2
that's-
Gojo and Goku.
Gojo
Oh yeah,
could kill.
Zoro's kind of an overrated character in terms of power scaling, especially
I've
Okay.
had it with these nerds.
because like people will legitimately like make an
The
argument like you one
podcast
shot
is
Luffy.
over.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Anyways, so if you have any opinions or anything about what we've said, or if you have any other stuff like what you think underrated, overrated, underpopular, overpopular, whatever, you can always leave a comment. We'll see it.
Yes,
Might be
yes.
able to reply to.
If you
Probably
liked
will, 'cause
it,
there's not many.
Like the vid, give us a sub if you appreciate.
Give us a sub
We'd
now.
appreciate it.
You're supposed to if you've gotten this far.
Smash that sub button.
if you've gotten this far, do a
if you're
backflip.
listening to us on Spotify, thanks.
Record it and
Appreciate
send it
it
to us.
You know, help.
Can we
helps
get-
our Spotify algorithm? I
If
guess,
we
you know?
get 1 like on this video, we'll do episode 27.
yeah. Nick,
If
will
we
do a
get one
backflip.
dislike, we're canceling the podcast.
No, that's not true at all. Anyways, yeah, no. So we hope you enjoyed. This is a little bit chaotic at the end, but chaos brings fun.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see you guys for the next video.
Yep. So we'll see you guys. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Bye.